Wherever there's an episodic series, you can bet two men will talk to you. AJ Talon and Owen Finch give their thoughts on Owen and AJ Talks.
Hey, hello. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Owen and AJ Talks. I'm Owen Finch, and I'm here with
AJ Talon. Today we are back once again for YellowJackets, the mid-season of season 3, of course, episode 5.
Yep. I'm happy we're back doing this. We were supposed to do this last week, but technology wouldn't allow it, so we had to pivot and do it this week. But yeah, obviously a little bit of a step down from last episode, but not a bad episode. I feel like, we had two really strong episodes. I'm okay with an episode being a little bit of a step down because, again, it's a good balance. Not every episode has to be fantastic. I kind of think of an example like the Breaking Bad episode, like in between Ozymandias and the finale. Like, I remember the next episode. Actually, yeah.
Granite State.
Yeah, I remember that episode isn't like anything fantastic, but it's a good episode and kind of a necessary episode.
Yeah, this one is. YellowJackets doesn't really do part 1, part 2, but like this is essentially a two-parter because the first, last episode was of course the trial.
Yeah.
The main plot was, will they find Ben guilty or innocent? And then this episode kind of piggybacks off of that. It's like, okay, now that they found him guilty, what are they going to do with him?
But before we talk about that, like you just said, it ties into that because the name of the episode, it's season 3, episode 5. Like you said, it's did Ty do that? I do like the title because this ties into both timelines with because you find out Ty's gonna have a big part of that in the past, and then in the present, like you said, you mentioned it, like Ty could possibly be involved in Lottie's murder.
It's kind of a joke. They do the joke in the episode where it's Steve Urkel.
Yep. So
where Van makes a comparison of like when he like pretends to be cool,
right,
and like is comparing Ty to Steve Urkel, and like obviously his catchphrase is "Did I do that?"
Yeah. You might have heard of the director, AJ. It's Jeffrey W. Brin. He's done some superhero stuff. He's directed The Flash, the TV series, like 4 episodes. He's directed some Star Trek stuff, which I found out last episode of YellowJackets that you'd have never watched. I figured that would have been up your alley, but I guess I was wrong. He's obviously did YellowJackets. I think he's done 2 episodes. So he's done an episode of YellowJackets before, so they brought him back.
He said like, oh, he's done YellowJackets. I love it if it was like, no, he hasn't done YellowJackets. You just brought him up randomly for no reason.
No, but it's done 2 episodes, so it was good. And then he's done. I don't know if you've ever heard of this, but I think it's funny. And I wouldn't have brought this up, but there's a change in your life. He's done this thing called Moo Better Blues. So I think I brought this up because you have a cat named Moon now. So I kind of.
There you go. My cat was the star of whatever the fuck that is.
Oh, he's also done Malcolm X, which is a pretty famous movie.
Oh.
So.
Okay, yeah, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, he has. Is it not a movie? Oh, it's not a movie. It's a. I think it's a show. No, it is a movie. I don't know why it's not showing up in the movie wikis though. But whatever. He's done Malcolm X. So, but yeah. And then the episode was written by. Unfortunately, these people don't have wikis. It was written by Sarah L. Thompson and Elise Brown. I think we've talked about them before, but I don't remember because I don't remember names, AJ. So, and now, AJ, you get to guess when this episode came out. Remember you tried last time.
It was doing so good, and then we took a big break.
And then last episode, I think you would have gotten right, but then you set a date that didn't even exist.
Right. Okay, episodes 1 and 2 aired February 14th. Episode 3 aired 21st. And yeah, I think I said for episode 4 that it was like the 28th, but that isn't a day this year. Or like the 29th or something. I'm pretty sure the correct date was the 2nd. So this one would be the 9th March 9th, 2025.
You are correct.
Oh, all right, math baby. Woohoo.
And I also would have given you March 7th, since it airs 2 days earlier on Paramount Plus providers and everything.
Right.
So I would have given you that. I'm just telling you. I'm just letting you know, even if what I could give you March 6th.
March 8th. If I somehow threaded the needle, that would have sucked.
I know, yeah. But yeah, now that we've kind of done all the wiki stuff and kind of did everything, let's talk about the episode itself. And we're gonna do unfortunately, AJ, for you, this is kind of unfortunate because the whole reason you were probably excited to talk about this episode is you thought Ben's fate was coming this episode, and it didn't happen that way.
Nope. Unfortunate. The only thing, instead of fate, Ben was getting a feat. If you will see the end of the episode, you shall know what I mean.
Yep.
Yeah.
This also works out though because you get to talk about there's a behind the scenes facts that like you knew about that I didn't know about, so it kind of works out. So
yeah. So you'll have to mention it because actually you texted me that. I googled it. I was like, what the hell is he talking about?
Oh, the thing at the end with Ben, like about like his how they were going about his death. You said like.
Oh yeah. Gotcha. I was like, what? Oh yeah. I know what you mean now. So yeah, Ben, continuing off with 1996, is being kept with the animals. Obviously, again, pretty fucked up because we said it last time. That's where they're keeping him prisoner last time. And it was kind of that nice moment where you said where he kind of got to like see the little community the YellowJackets have built. But it's also fucked up that they're keeping in a prison and it's surrounded by other livestock, pretty much showing that like he's their food source. He's the same as these animals to them.
Yep.
And
I'll talk about this too. His actor here and like the way Ben's acting throughout this episode is very good because now he's like, kind of accepted his fate and like knows he's gonna die at some point, but now he doesn't really know like how he's gonna die. And I do like this because like, as you know, the YellowJackets like usually kind of talk about this as like a group. So I like that Ben kind of like knows that like they're not gonna just gonna make a hasty decision, just kill him quickly. I like that this is gonna be like discussed and everything like that. So again, Ben is so perfect because like we get to see this stuff, but he like knows how they work. So it's just like he's not just over here like he knows he's dying at some point, and he knows like how the YellowJackets like work and everything like that. I do want to make mention.
Yeah, I know. Using his fucking big old brain. I love it.
Yeah.
Because recast girl #1 is in the pen with him, like taking care of the animals, and then he's kind of probing her a little bit. Well, I like that he starts off the conversation like civilly, where he's talking about like how his mom used to like foster animals when he was a kid, so he kind of picked up some like animal facts, and he's kind of like giving her a little bit of advice because she's kind of like clammed up, not really talking to him.
Yeah,
but that kind of her talking a little bit. And he kind of just drops the question of like, okay, so like, what do they plan to do with me? Because like you said, he knows how they operate. They all kind of like have like team meetings to make decisions. So he knows that like whatever's going to happen, like they're all going to decide as a group. To Ben Shock, recast girl kind of just tells him like, I don't know what they're planning.
Yeah.
That's interesting because, I guess it's, well, obviously the next scene is like we're gonna like a few scenes from now we're gonna see the. But I guess it's kind of just weird. I guess they've like been postponing it. Everybody to like decide how to deal with them.
Yeah, I would have liked if they would have had a few meetings off screen, but I guess they just didn't.
We're like come to a decision, and they're like, okay, look, we have to do something. Like they've been having like a couple meetings, but not making any progress.
But as you know, when it comes to YellowJackets, apparently it seems like not a lot happens off screen for some reason. I guess so.
Yeah, it is something I'm not a big fan of, but. Well, I mean, I'm glad like there aren't huge like life changing things happening off screen. Well, actually, I say that, but fucking Lottie died off screen. So.
Yeah, but I like this scene. I like that. Ben. I like Ben's tone. I kind of like Wheel Cast Girls #1 because like you know, um, she's kind of has this unfeeling about Ben. She doesn't really know she doesn't really know how to like feel about him because obviously he's found guilty and they know they're gonna have to like put him down. But she's like kind of looking at him pretty like sternly and everything like that. A line that I kind of got mentioned that was pretty messed up was like he mentioned that like his mom like fostered 6 kids, and I think what kind of makes that messed up is Ben mentioned like in his past he didn't really like it. It seemed like his parents weren't really there for him that much. So the fact that like they went out of their way and like fostered other kids and like really didn't focus much on like Ben.
Not kids.
Huh?
Kittens, like cats.
Oh, I thought he said kids. So I'm like,
no. He's like comparing the kittens to like the other animals. Like he's saying like he knows how to take care of animals because his parents used to foster cats.
Oh, I thought he said kids.
No, 6. He's well. I guess my sister's fucking doing that.
Well, that's why I think he said kids probably too. I probably went to that. So.
No. But I'm almost positive he said kittens.
I can't look it up right now, but so we're just gonna have to,
Kids, kittens, basically the same thing.
Well, what I was gonna say was like because I just made up a fucking character thing about Ben. If it's kids, I'll just say like it kind of shows how messed up like because Ben like if it's kids it's pretty messed up too. They focus more on the fucking kittens than like their own son. So but it kind of shows like how messed up Ben thing is. But you know what? I'm just gonna shut the fuck up now because I probably have that fuck on and I just made something up that doesn't exist. So.
I mean that I kind of wish that was the case. Now that'd be a really cool character backstory for Ben.
Does he need it though? Because he's already cool.
I know he's already so cool. But like, listen, any more we can find out about this legend, I'm cool with it. Speaking of kittens, my cat is fucking like pissed off about the fucking litter I got him.
Yeah. But yeah, let's continue.
He's like fucking. I got him a new kind of litter. But yeah. Backwards Cap Girl. Is talking with Shauna. Well, kind of same thing as before, where she's like kind of just coming up to Shauna, and before like Shauna was just kind of like being like whatever to her, and then when she was trying to leave, Shauna was like, "You can stay, like I don't care." And then this time she's like trying to talk to Shauna, and Shauna's like, "Yeah, I don't really want you around right now."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the dynamic here where Shauna's kind of being like. Kind of dismissive and a little bit abusive to Backwards Capco, but
yeah, it's kind of tough because end of the episode I think kind of shows that they are like in a relationship.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, Sean is very clearly like emotionally abusive to Melissa.
And I like this. What I like about this dynamic is because we've had a lot of time with Taissa and Van. We've got to see what that relationship was like, and now this relationship is very different.
Oh, yeah. Well, because, again, I think it plays off the last scene where Backwards Cap Girl thought Shauna wanted to be alone, so she was going to leave. And then Shauna was like, I mean, you could stay, I guess. Yeah. And then this time, based on last time, she thinks it's okay to, like, be around her. And Shauna's like, fuck off.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Backwards Cap Girl is about to walk away. And then Shauna's just, like, kind of pissed off, like, what do you even like about me? And, yeah, basically, Backwards Cap Girl says that, like, you say that, like, there's not a lot to like about you when I think there is. And says that, like, I kind of like that you stop ignoring the bad parts of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I'm 50-50 on it. On one hand, I think she's correct. That I think it's important for, especially with all the fucked up shit Shauna's been through, that she doesn't just ignore all of her bad feelings.
Yeah.
But what Shauna's basically done is she's done like a 180, where now she is just completely absorbed in all of her negativity.
Yeah, and taking it out on other people.
Yeah, she's pretty much been taking it out on everybody. Like, not even just like, well, I mean, like Mari specifically, and Melissa specifically.
Yeah.
But like even like Ty, she's been kind of like who's supposed to be like her friend. She hasn't really been like nice to Ty. She hasn't really gone out of her way to be mean to Ty, but she hasn't like been really a good friend to her either. And even Natalie, like she's been fucking going to Natalie's throat. Like, it's like weird. Like Natalie has done nothing wrong to Shauna.
Yeah, this is an interesting dynamic too because we talked about this off screen last week. If you remember how the show started out, you thought Misty was going to be like this way, like completely disconnected from everyone, and now season 3, it's really changed where it's Shauna that's disconnected from everybody.
Yeah, turn out though, because like obviously like Taisa is like still on friendly terms with Shauna present day.
Yeah.
And like it seems like Misty and Natalie didn't like hold a grudge against her or anything.
Yeah, so that's pretty.
I mean, like on the point, Shauna's just like pissed off, and they could chalk it up to like, yeah, she lost her best friend and her baby. Like, understandable.
Yeah.
Depending on how far they take it, it makes me wonder of like, you know, like how far they could take it, considering everybody's on good terms with her in the future.
Right. Obviously really funny to hear like Backwards Capcom talk about Jackie, because she wasn't, this fucking actress wasn't fucking there in season 1, so it's just fucking hilarious. Like,
yeah, but yeah, she mentions how like this is interesting. I think it's kind of fucked up a Backwards Cap Girl, where she says Jackie treated you like shit and Jeff treated you like a dirty secret. Now this is interesting because in Jeff's case, we didn't really get much of it, you know, because obviously, like, it seemed like him and Jackie were in a good relationship.
Yeah.
And then we found out at the very end of episode 1 that, you know, like that they were sleeping together.
Yeah.
So we didn't really get to see how Jeff was really treating Shauna, like at school or anything. What I find interesting is a whole like Jackie treated like you like shit thing, because like. No, she didn't, really.
No, not at all.
Because I'm like, in Shauna's mind, I can kind of see how she feels that way, where she feels like she's always second fiddle and living in Jackie's shadow. But, like, that was all, like, internal. Like, Jackie didn't know that's how Shauna felt.
Yeah.
You know, and, like, for all we can see, Jackie was a pretty good friend to Shauna.
Yeah, absolutely. So.
Makes me wonder if, like, Backwards Cap Girl is, like, telling Shauna what she wants to hear. Because remember last episode where like Shauna basically made everyone afraid of her, and then Backwards Cap Girl was like, "You see that? That's real fucking power there." So it makes me wonder if like Backwards Cap Girl is kind of like egging Shauna on.
Yeah, that makes me question that too. Like if Backwards Cap Girl is, is trying to just tell Shauna what she wants to hear, or like she actually feels.
Yeah, she's like, I'm glad you're not like afraid of the bad parts of yourself. It sounds like she's trying to make Shauna go even further of being like, you know, taking out her anger out on other people.
Yeah. Yeah, because again, like you said, the Jackie thing is the only one we can really question because we actually saw in that perspective, Jackie was a pretty good friend to Shauna. I mean, again, Jackie didn't even call Shauna out right away once she found out like Shauna and Jeff were like cheated until, you know, Doom coming pretty much. Yeah.
Was like supportive of like the airplane thing to get them back to society and like make sure Shauna can give birth like safely, and like Jackie was kind of like being like kind of throwing shade at Shauna, but like considering the situation, I think Jackie has the right to throw a little bit of shade.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's still doing her best to make sure they got help.
Yeah.
For Shauna. So. Excuse me. And yeah, and then Backwards Cap Girl gives Shauna a little like knife holder, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like a sheath or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Yeah, so that's cool. Because obviously we know Shauna is like the knife wielder of the group, or you know, she's the one who like butchers and you know, leaves up the meat. So, you know, nice little thing. Have we seen her wear this present day?
No, I don't think so. Not that I can think of. So
okay, that would have been kind of nice if like we saw this like thing, if we saw this like knife holder present day, but like we didn't know where she got it.
Yeah, like the like in RVB when it was mentioned, like Tex had dog tags, but then we found out they weren't Texas.
They weren't Texas. Yeah, they were CTs.
Were they mentioned like in season 6 and I didn't catch it or something?
I don't think so. Like we know that Tex's body was there, but yeah, I don't think we heard a mention of the dog tags.
Yeah. Or, a better example, like, obviously the hints you mentioned about Church being the alpha that, like, you don't pick up on until, like, later on type of thing.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, obviously it's not like a show-breaking thing, but it would have been a nice little, little like show that they kind of planned ahead.
Oh, Better Call Saul is a good one. Is the ring Jimmy wears? We find out is like one of his childhood like friends that like dies in like the past type of thing.
Oh yeah, I really like that one. That's a good one. Yeah, there's other examples like of like minor things getting more significance.
Let me see if I can like. Carolina actually in LVP. That was a little. That's a throwaway line in season 6.
Oh yeah, right, yeah, where they kind of mentioned like, oh yeah, Carolina's with York, and then yeah, they end up making that like they were in a relationship and shit. Yeah.
No, like they mentioned she got like 2
Oh, AIs, yeah, and then we find out how that happened. Yeah, you're right.
Because you had to mention that, and I didn't even know who Carolina like was.
It's just like kind of a throwaway line, and yeah, obviously it matters more when we actually meet Carolina. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, anyway, I just appreciate that whenever we see that in shows to kind of show that like the writers thought ahead.
Yeah.
On that.
I mean, Breaking Bad too. The aircraft thing. In season 2 we would like see a little bit more like of it, but we didn't really know what it was.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I'll keep thinking about that in the back of my head. Of like, there's definitely other examples. I just can't think of anything.
Yeah.
But yeah. Shit. Okay. So yeah, that's the end of that scene. The next scene is, of course, like the meeting between all the Yellow Jackets about what they're gonna do with Ben, and like they've all pretty much agreed that he has to die, and like even Natalie, which I understand, like, because again, they're not really in a situation where they can fucking throw him in prison.
Yeah. They even said that they can't just like keep him there and like have him await his fate pretty much type of thing, because that would be like torture to like have him think he's gonna die then never kill him type of thing.
Well, fucked up considering what happens at the end of this episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, Shauna brings up like, hey, he tried to burn us, let's burn him alive. And everyone's like, Jesus. And like obviously that's what. So Shauna is like doesn't even want Ben to die. He wants Ben to die painfully and slowly. You know?
Yeah, he wants him to suffer.
Because remember, Owen, like modern day, like when we execute prisoners, we try to do it in a typically painless way. Like obviously electric chair is pretty quick.
Yeah.
Lethal injection pretty quick. And any pain is like pretty brief.
Yeah.
Comparatively. Like fucking burning people at the stake is like a medieval way of torturing people,
Yeah, I don't forget too, half of these people like don't even believe that he even fucking tried to burn them too, and Sean is still like using that as like example type of thing. So
yeah, he's like, well, either way he dies, because either we're gonna kill him now or we're gonna keep him locked up for the rest of his life and he fucking dies of old age.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Donna. But yeah, Natalie decides like, okay, he has to die, but we're gonna do it like, a shot to the head, quick and easy. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? That considering the circumstances, I feel like that is reasonable. And again, at this point, yeah, they've already decided he's guilty. Natalie can't really do much more for him than this.
Yep. Yeah, I like this a lot. I like that Natalie's like chiming in, but doesn't because obviously she's Antler Queen, but like you could definitely tell by the tone of her voice she doesn't really think this is like a right decision. But I like that it kind of shows, that Natalie's not like ruling with an iron fist. Like she's like, yeah, he was guilty. We have to like
kind of like respecting the fact, like, because she could 100% be like, Shauna, you fucked up the votes. Like this is all bullshit. But no, she's like respecting the fact that they found him guilty. And even though she doesn't like it, she is like, okay, fine. We found him guilty. We have to kill him. But, like, we're going to do it quick and easy.
Mm-hmm.
Shauna again is being like, "What the fuck?" towards Natalie, where she's like, "Maybe Natalie, you do it. You're gonna kill him." And
Yeah.
she's like, "No, we're like do it how we always do it by drawing cards."
Oh, she also mentioned that it's going to be like close range, so that way anyone could just do it, type of thing too.
Right. That's enough. She also, she doesn't want to have to be the one to kill him.
Yeah.
Basically, because obviously it makes sense. Like she's the one who usually hunts. So, well, actually, no. Now she's not the one who hunts. Remember, she trained somebody else to hunt now.
But I think she just uses like a bow and arrow. I don't think she like uses the shotgun or anything like that. So.
Right, but I'm just saying, technically, Travis or whoever else. Who the fuck was it they trained to hunt? I remember they said it in episode 1.
We Casco number 2.
Oh, okay. I don't know her name then. Yeah. So basically, they're going to decide, and this time they are not drawing the queen. They are going to draw the king, I believe, right?
Yeah, because King of Suicides, I guess. So.
Right, and also because Ben's like one of the only 2 guys up there. Travis is doing a little happy dance in the corner of like, yes, I'm the only guy left. You know?
Well, I don't know too. Huh?
This is the first of the season to give us fucking Travis's thoughts on anything. And even that, it's like barely anything.
And even then, like, you get his thoughts, but like Lottie cuts that shit the fuck down like real quick.
Travis, you are not allowed to speak.
No, you're not allowed to think. No, you're not allowed to think. He's not. He can speak all he wants, but he's not allowed to think.
Exactly. Travis, you just eat the mushrooms. But yeah, they all get in a circle, draw the cards, and it is Thaisa who draws the King of Suicides.
I thought a solid choice, just because Thaisa. Well, one, I kind of figured Thaisa was going to get the choice because of one of the episode title. I'm like, okay, it's kind of obvious Thaisa's going to get this code. But also,
I wasn't expecting that because I figured the title was for the present.
Yeah.
The debate if Thaisa killed Lottie.
But Thaisa hasn't really been given much to do this season because other than the trial, I guess she was prosecutor, but it really wasn't her plot. It was kind of was Ben's plot, actually. So I kind of like that this gave Thaisa something to do, and Thaisa, you got to kind of really get more of her thoughts about how she feels about the Ben situation, because even though she was like, she was the prosecutor and everything like that. I mentioned, like, at the end of that episode, like, she gave Van a look when she still voted him, like, guilty. But, like, we didn't really know how Thaisa actually, like, felt about it, type of thing. So, I thought a wise choice. And Thaisa also hasn't done anything, like, really drastic in the past. Because Misty, obviously, like, is the reason they're so fucking out there. She's killed Crystal. Crystal. And, Shauna.
Oh, completely forgot Crystal was a character until you mentioned her.
Yeah, Shauna has done a lot of really drastic things. She's the reason they're even in this situation. And then I guess Natalie hasn't done anything drastic in the past, I guess. But she killed her dad in the super fucking past. So
yeah. I like how you described that as like the super fucking past. It's great.
Because again, because we're already in the past right now, so this is the super past. So
yeah,
but yeah, so we haven't really had, and it's. I remember in the trailer too. There's a conversation that that Shauna and Thaisa are gonna have, where Thaisa mentions a line like, "Are you ever wondering how we're gonna have to explain to people like what we did when we come back?" And I'm like, okay, so that has to mean something, because Thaisa hasn't really done anything drastic, so that's why I kind of figured Thaisa was also going to get the Queen code, is because the trailer kind of gave that away. I mean, obviously we find out, I don't know what that means now, but like I figured this is what it meant.
Yeah, I have mixed thoughts on Thaisa being the one who gets the King of Suicides. My main thing was that she just doesn't really have any relationship with Ben, really. So I feel like it's less impactful than obviously I feel like the generic choice would be Misty or Natalie, since they were the 2 main ones with Ben.
Yeah.
I feel like Shauna would have been an interesting choice, or even Backwards Cat Girl, because they are like the ones who are like the most like pro killing Ben.
Yeah.
Like maybe we could have the other characters be like, okay, you're a little too enthusiastic about this. You know, you got to reel it back a little bit.
Yeah.
Or, you know, if that girl got it and Shauna, and she's like hesitant, but Shauna's the one who's like, no, you do not hesitate. Like, you fucking kill him and you like it, you know, kind of thing.
Backwards Capcom, I think, would have been a solid choice. I feel like Shauna, Ben would have just died probably right then. So,
Yeah, true. Yeah, I guess the only reason things happen the way they do later is because they were kind of putting it off. Actually, they didn't really put it off, did they?
I didn't say put it off, but I think if Shauna had gotten the King card, she would have just gone and like, maybe I guess Shauna would have had to like practice, but I feel like Shauna. You say short range, I'm thinking Shauna would have just gone and held the gun right to his head and just blasted his freaking brains out, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, true. But yeah, Thaisa, yeah, it's interesting because, like you said, we get more of her thoughts on it because we didn't really get her thoughts on Ben, really.
Yeah.
She was just against him during the trial, and then but we didn't really get her personal thoughts on like why she felt that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, the downside is that like they haven't really like interacted much.
Yeah, that's the biggest downside. So I agree with that. I don't even think they've talked.
Huh?
I don't even think they've talked on screen.
I don't think so. But yeah, Van and Thaisa are together because they're always together.
Yeah.
And then
hey, it's not as bad as the present. At least they're talking to other people in the past.
Separate teams together. And Thais is, of course, trying to practice shooting the gun. However, whenever she tries, she gets a flashback of Ben, how he used to be. I like this. This was like Ben, like season 1 or like, you know, the pilot episode. And it was kind of just him like smiling. She got a flash of him.
Yeah, I really like this. Shows how much Ben has advanced as a character. And it's just really mind-blowing to me because I'm like, wow, this guy, whoever, because again, don't forget, the other coach got more of the focus episode 1. Ben was kind of, I think Ben talks like once episode 1, and he's a background character. Well, I can't believe I have to say that, but he really is a background character in episode 1. It's really weird. Huh?
No, he's not a background character. He's the Ben ground character.
Yes. He gets his own word. He gets his own term.
But yeah, I like this because it kind of like what Ben says later on when they're going to execute him. Like, guys, it's me. It's Coach Scott. Like, you know, I like that because Van is even like, what, do you think he's innocent? And Tice is like, no, I think he's guilty. But, you know, it's still tough. Because, well, one, it's a human being. Like, no matter if you hate the person, you figure taking their life is like a very tough decision to make.
Yeah.
And 2, yeah, somebody that before they got out here, that like she presumably liked, you know, somebody who was like an adult figure in her life, you know. And as he said last time, you know, he would cover for them when they would do stupid shit. He found he apparently was one of the first people to know that Van and Tyson were in a relationship.
Yeah, and maybe she was thinking about that. Really weird to put in this, and now that actually, wait, does she know? Because Ben's told like some people he's gay, but he hasn't like told like I don't think
she knows he's.
But you know,
Natalie, Misty already know. I don't think anybody else knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been a really cool scene if Ben found about the relationship and then he kind of leveled with them and he said, "Yeah, look, I'm gay."
Yeah.
And he kind of bonded for that. That would have been cool.
But even without that knowledge, I think it's cool because again, it's 1996 and like Ben kind of kept that like a secret and everything like that. Obviously, we know why, but it's cool that like that's probably what she's thinking about why she doesn't want to like execute Ben and all that type of stuff. Because again, 1996 is not the best time to be in a gay relationship, as Ben's talked about.
Yeah. I mean, again, I'm sure him being gay is not the only reason. I'm just saying that, like,
yeah,
and that would have been a nice little thing to explore. Since at first Tyson and Van were hiding their relationship, and then obviously Ben was in the closet, so that would have been a cool thing to connect over.
Yeah.
But I think it also is also just because like before they got out here, he was like the cool coach who kind of had their backs whenever they did stupid shit.
Yeah. And he really, like we said, he's a cool coach because Ben's fucking awesome.
Ben's fucking amazing. But But yeah, Van is like, okay, well, if you can't do it, I try to get your sleepwalking Tyson to do it. And yeah, she obviously makes, as I said earlier, the comparison to Steve Urkel, where like it's still him. It's like a different like mind state, I guess.
Yeah.
Actually, I haven't seen that show, but like I don't think it's like a different personality. It's just kind of like a confidence boost you get by like kind of doing a different persona.
I forgot Family Matters was even a show before I saw this episode type of thing. When they said Family Matters, I thought they meant I went to Family Feud for some reason when Van said that. I don't know why.
Very different show. One's a game show.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're like, okay, well, I haven't been sleepwalking since before the cabin burned down. You know, because obviously, like Tice was doing that a lot, defining like the marked trees, but presumably since then she stopped. And then Van is like, okay, well, this. I was liking everything up to this point.
Yeah.
With Aisa, which is rare. Usually I do not like their storyline. I was liking everything up to this point. And then Van says, because they're having a very serious conversation about murdering somebody who they used to like and like consider, maybe not a friend, but so, you know, like a teacher figure.
Right.
And then obviously they're kind of discussing like this idea of like using using Thais' sleepwalking as like a positive instead of this like thing that Thais is afraid of. And then the Van's like, okay, well, how about we fuck to get your sleepwalking thing out? I'm like, okay, funny joke. But no, they're actually doing it. Like, doing it literally. And yeah, they just fucking start banging. And I'm like, okay, we're having like a serious conversation here about like murdering Ben. Feels a little, it feels like a porn setup. It's like, you know, it just feels like a very fucking weird ass, like, you know that meme of like, this isn't a beach, this is a bathtub.
Yeah, this was weird. Plus two, I don't know why they thought this would work because Thais 1 would still be like awake, so like it's not like Thais is gonna go to sleep.
And like maybe Van is like a sex god and thought like she could make Van fucking pass out or something. I don't fucking know.
But
a lot it was.
This seemed
now,
like...
to be fair, Tyson made a funny joke of like, you're just saying this to get in my pants, and Van is like, you're like half right, you know, like Van admitted kind of like, okay, that's part of my intention.
But again, this was just weird because like they were having like a serious conversation about like killing Ben, and then all of a sudden we jumped to like that. So, and then the next scene afterwards is like them killing that rabbit. That's supposed to be like very, like, you know, pretty serious. And this, I don't know how we got like there type of thing.
Yeah, this felt so random. I just feel like it just didn't need to be there. And like the thing is, I kind of would have liked it if like Van suggests that, and Tice is like, all right, seriously, stop like fucking around. Like Van suggests it as like a joke to try and like, you know, like she's just trying to like make Tyson feel better.
Yeah.
And she didn't really know.
I feel like too, this isn't like the. It was like they tried to do. It's like when Walt and Jesse were in like a serious situation. Jesse will throw out like a really random suggestion, and like Walt takes him up on it. That's honestly like how the scene felt like. As if that happened. Instead of Walt like calling out the fucking craziness of it, Walt would have just taken Jesse's up on it type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, so they fuck, I guess. And then
well, we don't know that.
Huh?
We don't. I made a joke. We don't know that because you know it happens off screen type of thing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe just me. Maybe I'm the weird one here, but I'm like, I feel like I couldn't, given the situation. I feel like that is a massive turn off. I'd be like, no, I'm not really in the mood, considering I have to fucking kill a guy later. You know, I would not be in the mood for that. But Tyson and Van do not give a fuck. Well, that they give a fuck is the thing.
Yeah. It's just a continued trend of the plot sucking, and you know, I guess it's very good because you know the plot line in the present sucks, so might as well continue it in the past.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's my thing. Is like it makes it feel. I don't know. It feels not human is the thing, you know, like that like they could just do that given the situation.
Yeah.
I just don't buy that Tice is like feeling guilty and like feeling the pressure of like what she has to do.
Yeah, because in the present, she fucking almost gets a wife and son killed. Well, no, almost gets a wife killed and doesn't fucking feel bad about it.
Yeah, she almost gets her wife killed and her son hates her and she's still thinking about fucking Van. And here she has to like kill Ben and she's still thinking about fucking Van. I'm like, lady, can you like stop thinking about getting fucking Van for 2 seconds, please?
Yeah. And I guess we could... It's also just one of those things about these shows, like, you really want to like Taissa and Van's relationship, but they like to put them in unnatural situations for them to do the...
Let's be a fucking Avatar. Remember, like, Emperor Island Players? Aang is, like, talking to Katara about, like, hey, we kissed at the invasion. I thought we were going to be together, but, like, we aren't. Like, what's up? And Katara is like, listen, Aang, we have, like, way too much going on right now. Like, we are fighting a war that we're losing. Like, we can't really be in a relationship right now.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of... I'm like, that's a very mature thing. Of, like, there are bigger fish to fry than, like, our relationship shit. You know?
Good that Van and Taissa went in fucking Avatar, because they would have lost the fucking war.
I know. Everyone would be like, all right, guys, I'm going to go fight before. Like, hey, wait, where's Van and Taissa? He's off in the corner fucking.
So, yeah.
Well, I'm imagining on the airship, where, like, it's Sokka, Suki, and Toph, and they're seeing Aang fight Ozai. And Suka's like, hey, should we, like, go help? And Sokka's like, oh, Tyson, Van, what do you think? And they're like, oh, they're just fucking having sex in the corner. Okay.
I mean, it's very on brand for them, I guess. So
yeah. But yeah, moving on from that, they have finished the fucking, and they're like, oh, hey, a rabbit got stuck in the trap. Cool. And they're like, hey, Taissa, kill it. Maybe that'll, like, wake up your sleepwalking persona, I guess. And then, yeah, Taissa, like, does a little chant for the wilderness and slits the rabbit's throat. I feel bad for the rabbit. And like, a little side tangent. Like, I don't know. Like she fucking... Like, the thing was, like, struggling for a little bit. I'm like, Taissa, you couldn't have done that a little quicker?
Yeah. I didn't think they were gonna, like, show it, too. I thought they'd be, like, off-screen or whatever, but, like, no, they, like, full-on show them killing the rabbit type of thing. Like...
Well, I mean, I don't think it's an actual rabbit.
I know, but still, like, I didn't realize it was gonna be like a thing.
Reminds me when you told me actually killing chickens for Evil Dead. I was like, that's kind of fucked up, but I mean, sure, I guess.
But yeah, this scene was pretty decent. I think the biggest reason why it's not working is Taissa doesn't, as you know in the past, doesn't really believe in any of this stuff. So like maybe that's why it's not working. You know, it's just.
Are you feeling it, Krabs? Are you feeling it? Are you feeling it now, Mrs. Taissa? Are you feeling it?
It's too bad that episode is a few years off in the YellowJackets timeline because they.
Fuck yeah, that would have been funny.
You know what's funny too? That episode, they would have. I would have. It would have been funny if that plane crash happened around that time because they probably would have missed that episode. Because don't forget that episode gets banned like I think shortly afterwards. So.
Does it?
Yeah, because that's a very because of the pan.
Oh, because
yeah, the panty raid.
Ah, damn it! Fuck. All right, I kind of get it, but I'm like, no, that's funny. I don't think that should have been banned.
It's banned, so you know.
It's banned, one might say.
Yeah.
There we go. But yeah, that's it for Tyson Van until the execution scene.
It's probably like a thumbs in the middle, like going down because of that sex scene. Probably.
Yeah, I was really vibing with it for the first time in like a while, and then again they kind of just they ruined it a little bit with the sex thing, and then they kind of came back a little bit for like the rabbit thing. I'm like, okay, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole thing in the middle, it really took me out of it.
You know how we always talk about how the top writers seem to work on all the Ben stuff? I think like the worst, like the new hired writers that.
It's like the fucking janitor. They're like, okay, well, we gotta write a Tyson. All right, Larry, come here. Fucking, get this done.
Yes, I love that. Not even one of the writers is the janitor. I love that too. You're making it sound like they're at like an office job where they're probably just like on Zoom and all that shit. It's like.
Yeah, they're like, oh shit, we forgot to get it done. The episode airs in like 5 minutes. Stop mopping for a second.
I love it.
And then fucking the people who do the Lottie scenes are fucking potheads.
That makes sense.
Not even potheads. It's like the guy. It's like the drug dealer down the street. That's who they get.
And the janitor doesn't even get like fucking credit for doing the fucking scene. He gets nothing. Does he?
Yeah. Like, what do I get? Nothing. Get out. The reference up again.
Yeah.
But yeah. Lottie is talking with Recast Girl, and she's like, "You got to go back to the cave. You got to fucking get a hit of that wilderness juice." And yeah, Travis and Lottie and Recast Girl are making the hike to the cave. To like, I don't know, I guess Recast Girl is gonna like go to that section they were in to like hit some of that again wilderness gas. Hit that wilderness blunt, you know, and yeah, just see what happens. And the plan is they're gonna tie her to a rope, and when they feel the rope stop like tugging, that's their signal to like pull her in.
Mm-hmm.
And Travis is like, "Yeah, this is a really bad idea." And Lottie's like, "Come on, you saw her in the vision, right? Like you gotta trust it." And this is interesting. So Travis is like kind of hesitant to say like, "Yeah." Excuse me. So, because I said before, I thought it was kind of obvious in the first time when Travis was saying that Recast Girl was like in his vision. I thought he was bullshitting to get Lottie away from him.
Mm-hmm.
But then Recast Girl was actually seeing shit. So I thought he was telling the truth. But now he's like kind of hesitant to like agree when Lottie says like he saw her in the vision. So now I'm back to like, was he bullshitting?
So maybe he was bullshitting, but then she actually started like seeing shit. So like, you know,
Travis is accidentally a prophet. He's like he's trying so hard to not see the future, and it keeps fucking happening.
yeah.
He's like, tomorrow it's gonna rain candy bars, and it actually starts raining candy bars. He's like,
yep. Well, it's like that episode of Fairly Odd Parents where like Timmy makes it so his mom can predict the weather, and then at like the end she tries to get like fired, so she's gonna predict like the one weather, but then like it's like really like drastic, and she actually like makes the weather like happen. That was like really drastic.
that's funny. Yeah.
But
Yeah, and then Recast Girl kind of has a little heart to heart with Travis. As Travis is like, well, Recast Girl is like, "Hey, Travis, like, you're the only one I trust. So, like, you know, I trust that you're telling the truth about me, and I trust that, like, you'll help me out if I pass out in there."
I do like this because it shows that Lottie's kind of taking this a little bit too far. Because, like, you'll get to it, but, like, at one point, like, Lottie even has, like, Travis go over there to, like, reassure she can do this, like, knowing that she'll listen to, like, Travis and not Lottie type of thing. So...
Yeah, well, I'm, like, kind of going to complain about this a little bit, where she's like, "I trust you out of everyone here." And I'm like, why? What about Travis makes you trust him the most? You have not even spoken to Travis until, like, this season. Why do you trust him?
He took care of that duck pretty well.
There you go. I guess that's all you need.
You know, he's good with the animals. That's good.
Sure.
He's
I guess.
And she likes animals, so you know. Hey, it's still not good, but like at least you know, as long as you're good with the animals, that's that's a good sign, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know why Ben didn't get. I don't know why Ben didn't get the same fucking trust because he mentions that like he helped nurse a fucking helped the nurse.
I would love for to like kill him, and he's like, "Oh hey, I'm pretty good with animals," and they're like, "Oh, why didn't you say so? All right, you're good. Free Hail Mary."
Again, if it keeps Ben alive, that's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, that. I don't know why I'm burping so much. I've been hitting too much of that wilderness juice.
And the Inception juice or whatever that was.
Oh yeah, the fucking yeah, all that shit. We're not even at the cactus juice yet in Avatar.
Oh yeah,
God, when that one.
That's even worse.
Yeah,
What
but
about the Evil Dead juice? That's not good either.
Oh, that shit's horrifying. Fuck that.
Yeah. Just every video, don't fucking record the fucking spell in the fucking book.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm think the YellowJackets better be grateful they're in these woods. If they went into this cave and it was Evil Dead, oh man, they're all fucked.
Royally fucked, yeah.
Yeah.
Lottie would still want to go in there, though.
Huh?
Lottie would still want to fucking go in there.
Oh yeah, no, she'd be all for it. Fucking everybody's dying in Evil Dead, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm cool with this. I'm happy with this."
It'd be funny if like Travis and like Recast Girl #1 like go in there, like they all get like possessed, and Lottie just kind of like backs away like comedically type of thing. Like, you know what? I'm good.
Yeah, you know what? I'm cool with not worshiping in the wilderness. I want to go back home.
Yeah, and you can't because it's the Evil Dead woods, so you can't go home.
Oh yeah, never escaping that. Again, unless you're Ben, he would walk out with a chainsaw leg.
He's not making it out of these woods though. How is he gonna make it out of those woods?
He's the only reason he was doing just fine. The only reason he's not making it out of these woods is because these fuckers are fucking with him. If it was just Ben, he survived.
Yeah, I mean, he survived pretty damn fucking well on his own for those last few months.
Exactly. He's been doing just fine, all right? Everybody else is fucking with him.
Do you think they would still fuck him over even in the Evil Dead woods?
Oh, and this is like if you're Tom Brady, like, and all your fucking teammates were like the worst football players on the planet. Like, they're people who like pass the ball to the other team.
Yeah.
That is Ben's situation right now. He is an amazing football player, and everyone else is fucking him over at every turn.
I love how you use the sports analogy on the guy that doesn't watch sports.
Yeah, fair enough. And it's also for the soccer team.
Yeah.
Which is all in every other country except the good old US of A.
Yeah.
But yeah, Recast Girl goes into the Cave of Wonder. And Travis, she's going pretty far in, which makes sense because if you remember, they had to go pretty far in the first time. So I'm glad they remembered that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad it wasn't like right at the entrance. And Travis is like, okay, no, this is like dangerous. This is stupid. Like, we shouldn't be letting her in. And Lottie is like getting in his face because before Lottie's been like assertive but not really aggressive. She's been kind of like gentle voiced.
Yeah.
But here when Travis is like, no, this is too dangerous. Lottie's like, no, stop. And it really just goes to show how Lottie is, where she is like willing to endanger all of their lives to like fuel her like delusions or like what she believes are like prophet visions.
Yep. This could have been
really.
Remember,
like when Javi died the first time around, like Lottie was not for it. She was like, she didn't approve that they were hunting each other.
Yeah.
But it seems like now kind of like okay with like sacrificing. Well, I don't know, she's not really sacrificing, but like, I don't know, she's willing to ignore the danger Recast Girl is in to like satisfy herself, essentially.
I mean, this kind of ties in well with the present, because don't forget, I know it's really weird we're praising something that happened in season 2, but don't forget, like, Lottie wanted to do that thing where, like, to drink all the drinks with one of the poisons and, like, basically kill off, like, one of the main characters. So this would tie in even better. I don't know if Lottie was still around present day, maybe.
Yeah, true.
Just saying, I think that's why I couldn't. It was tough. I got into it kind of at the end, but like this was kind of like the same time. Like they were like doing Lottie's like investigation of her death. I'm like, oh, that's right, you're not around present day. You fucking died off screen.
Yeah, and we found out from a fucking text message from Walter.
Yep. Elijah Wood while he's on his lunch break.
Yeah. It wasn't even Elijah Wood who sent that text message. It was like his assistant.
Yeah, actually, I would love that.
Yeah. But yeah, Recast Girl passes out. They put on their masks. They drag her out. And she is like not waking up at first. So Travis is like freaking out of like, I told you we shouldn't have done this. This is stupid. And then Lottie's like assuring him like, no. Like, give her a minute. She's like, she'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll come back to that later because Recast Girl saw something while she was passed out.
Yeah. So.
All
this stuff was pretty fine though.
Yeah, I was fine with this.
Yeah, I would have.
Travis, and like I said, now that Mari's actually like not the worst, I'm like, okay, well, I guess Travis is my least favorite character, and he still is, but I'm liking that we actually get something from him now.
Yeah, I do like we haven't had any for this season for the most part. They've kept like Travis and Natalie apart. Like it seems like they're kind of doing their own things now. So
I like that because again, we've gotten so much of them together that I am glad we like they're doing their own thing. I'm glad they're not glued at the hip like Thais and Van are.
Yeah.
Now, great. I think we should get a couple scenes with them because I don't think we've gotten like any scenes with them together so far. But like we still got the whole rest of the season, so like I'm fine with that.
Yeah, they don't do anything with them this season, then that would be kind of weird. But yeah, I like this. And then I guess I think I said this before. I probably would have liked this more if Lottie was around now, present day. So
yeah.
Actually, if you got this last episode, it'd be perfect.
Yeah, now that we know her story ends, like it's like, and well, again, you can still do something with that, like knowing a character dies. Again, Red versus Blue. We already knew most of the freelancers were dead at that point, but we still got invested.
I guess what doesn't help is her fucking death was off screen and stuff.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Lottie being dead present day doesn't make her story doesn't make us not care necessarily. It's that like they did it in such a shitty way that it's like, well, knowing I don't like the conclusion of her story and that we're really not going to get more of her thoughts on any of this, it like kind of cheapens it.
Yeah. Who had a worse death, Natalie or Lottie? I would say Lottie.
So far, Lottie. I mean, we're probably going to find out more about how she died later on. But for now, probably Lottie.
Yeah. But let's get to the highlight. Because I'll hype this up for you. This episode, like we said, if we review it, it would probably be like maybe a B-. But these Ben scenes, like Ben upgrades the whole show, like we talked about.
B for Ben. By the way, Owen, what do we have for the timer?
We have 39 minutes left.
Oh, still an hour and a half? Okay, cool. So I'm not even at an hour yet. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, yeah. So we get a scene with after their meeting, Misty gives Ben his dinner. And she kind of levels with him to tell him that like they're coming at dawn, I believe, or dusk. I forget which one. And then Ben's a really good actor here, where Ben just kind of like he doesn't break down, but he kind of has that moment of like, oh fuck, like this is happening. Misty just told him like he's the time he's going to die. But I like the days that lash out because Misty starts just like crying, and her actress is doing an amazing job too.
Yeah.
This reminds me of when she got Ben to stop him from killing himself, where she was like crying, saying like, "I'm sorry, like I did my best, I didn't mean the baby to die." Or a similar thing here, where she's saying like, "I'm so sorry, Ben. Like, I tried my hardest to like save you. Like, I'm sorry." And again, I like that Ben, is like he doesn't like lash out at her. Given the situation, he is like, I know you did your best, Misty. Like, I don't blame you.
Mm-hmm.
I like that because, again, obviously, despite their differences, I like that Ben kind of appreciates the fact that Misty stood up for him when nobody else did.
Yeah, and again, I really like his acting. Here. I like that he's trying to I like that he's trying to comfort Misty, but like he's also like having to get over the fact that like his death is coming, and like he's not like you said, not lashing out, but he's also not bawling out crying because he knew his death was coming. But I think now that like he's about to like,
oh fuck, this is it.
Yeah.
Imagine like people on death row, they like know what's happening, but when you actually get like the confirmed time or date, it's kind of that moment of like, oh fuck, this is like real.
Yeah. You just mentioned, I bet you also kind of question if Misty was thinking like, should I have just let Ben jump off that cliff? Because like at least he would have had like kind of a maybe not a graceful death.
Terms kind of thing.
Yeah, and now he doesn't get to do that type of thing.
Yeah, and then Misty. So when I first saw the scene, I thought they were going to kill Ben at the end of the episode, and I was thinking, oh, this is a really good final scene for Ben and Misty. But considering how the ending happens, I'm curious what they'll do with them from here, because I'm like, this really does seem like it's the final scene between them. So I wonder, considering Ben doesn't die at the end of the episode, I wonder what they'll do with them from here on.
Yeah, I'd be okay if this is the last scene with them. I'm cool with this. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. If they, I do hope if they have another scene, that it's not disappointing, type of thing. Because it would be disappointing if this could have been the last scene and it ended up being really strong. So I'm hoping, this is actually. I hope it is like the last scene, like just together, obviously alone. But it'll be interesting to see what happens.
So yeah, Missy is, kind of still tearing up, but she's like trying to keep it together a little bit more, and says that she's really gonna miss Ben, and that he was her friend, and I like how he mentions that she says like, you were my first boyfriend, my first crush.
Yeah.
And then Ben is kind of like, God.
And it wasn't comedic. I like that. That wasn't, because that was kind of comedy, but they kept it serious. I like the Thaisa Van thing.
I feel like Misty wasn't even, like, she was kind of saying that knowing Ben would kind of be like, okay, whatever. But yeah, then she's like, goodbye, Ben, and kind of runs off, and Ben just kind of sits there, like silently, and is like, bye, Misty. Like, I kind of like how he delivers that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like dead, like he can't even just bother to he can't even bother to say it any other way.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I don't think it's because of Misty. I think he's just in that thing of fuck, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, a line I really liked too here was even Ben mentions wow, so this is how I'm gonna die, huh? I'm gonna be remembered as the person who burned down the cabin and tried to kill a bunch of people, and then in the actual world, I'm not gonna be remembered really much at all. And Misty
yeah, that's why Misty says no, that's not how I'm gonna remember you. I'm gonna remember you as a kind person, and you were my first love and all that shit.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of sad for me because he's not really brought up much present day, so I kind of hope that's not correct. I hope he's actually remembered by Misty present day.
I hope he's remembered in general.
Yeah.
Because when we saw the YellowJackets memorial thing at their high school, we didn't see any of Ben. I don't think, because we saw Travis and Javi and their dad, but I don't think we saw any pictures of Ben.
Yeah, so that's pretty sad if he actually isn't remembered, type of thing. Yeah. I will remember Ben though. What again? You and I talk about him every fucking thing we review, how great he'll be in every fucking thing. Like in Evil Dead, we talked about him. So
yeah, we couldn't get away from Ben in Evil Dead. Yeah,
he's the reverse. Yeah. He's the reverse Neo, where he's remembered in good ways.
I know. Where Neo, it's whenever it's a shitty thing happens, it's this is near level, and anytime anyone is amazing, it's this is Ben level.
I know, yeah. So Ben gets his own ranking when something amazing, when there's an amazing character or something like that. So
yeah,
it's so weird that Ben got this then though. We've been reviewing stuff and
I have not. Well, it's amazing because and even in good shows and characters we really like, usually you have one or two issues with them. With Ben, I'm I have not had a single issue with anything Ben has done ever.
Yeah, and even the things that he's done, we understand because we understand his motivations and everything like that.
Okay, even his mistakes, I'm yeah, no, I 100% get it.
So
Ben is such a nigga. How are you so perfect?
And he came out of nowhere, season 2. Don't forget,
not perfect in your way where you're just reading the script. You're perfect in just a I fucking love you way.
It came out of nowhere too, because we liked him in season 1 pretty well. I think too because everyone was like we said, everyone was just dropping the fucking ball in season 2. Ben just came out of don't forget too, he solves Harvey's plot in 3 scenes. It's
oh, right? Amazing. Considering Javi fucking died, he had to. Nobody else was gonna. It really is the Thanos thing. Fine, I'll do it myself.
And I think too.
Line, I will.
I think we just realized too that Ben, we realized like everyone was like working their plot lines off of like Ben's hard work, the maps, the fucking.
Ben and Tyson, who we said earlier, have never fucking interacted with Ben, had to use his maps to solve their plot line last season.
The reason Natalie fucking Hunt is because of Ben, and by proxy, Recast Go number 2 Hunt because of Ben in a weird way. So
yeah, Ben is the fucking glue that holds the show together.
what do they get? And as you're gonna talk about, even the fucking Wilderness knows this.
I know the Wilderness is like Ben cannot die. You are all fucked without him.
I'm surprised the Wilderness isn't clamoring to have Ben. Like they're probably like Ben.
The Wilderness is like, really? I'm gonna take Travis over Ben? Are you fucking kidding me?
I don't know what the Wilderness is thinking. Like,
the Wilderness has bad.
What is the Wilderness like worried Ben would bring down its whole like fucking thing like when he goes there?
Yeah. Hey, Ben's like powerful. Like he's gonna like kill me. Like I'm like a tree god, and Ben will kill me. That's how powerful Ben is.
And he'll become the tree god.
Exactly. Yeah, Ben will become the tree god. He'll become the Antler King.
I love it.
Again, that's why when the plane crashed, the Wilderness is like, I have to take his leg. He's too powerful. Like I have to strike now.
I wonder what the Wilderness is thinking that like he's still been able to do all this fucking shit with one leg. Like fuck, I should have taken like 2 legs.
Like I have to get rid of him. Like he's too powerful.
Maybe he sent the wand. Maybe he sent the wand message by mistake.
Yeah, yeah. The Wilderness is trying to say like Ben should be the king, and all the YellowJackets we're like, oh, it's trying to say Natalie's the queen. The Wilderness is like, no, fuck.
Ben's right here. Because notice he's always away when it.
Ben is your leader.
You notice he's always fucking like away when they draw cards and stuff. He's never there. Like I think the Wilderness does not.
But yeah, later on, Ben is in the well, he didn't go anywhere. Obviously, he's still where he was. And
we should mention that too, like because it really ties into the end. Was never probably gonna like run off or go anywhere, which was what happened to him at the end really fucked up.
Yeah, exactly. Well, also, I mean, he couldn't really go anywhere actually, but yeah.
I'm just saying, I don't think he was gonna. So.
Yeah, probably not. But yeah, they all like go into the pen, put a knapsack over Ben's head, and like drag him off, and they put him in front of this tree where obviously they are going to have Taisa shoot him. And, excuse me. They put the sack off of his head. And, he is kind of just telling them, like, he's starting to beg for his life. Which, it makes sense because before he was kind of somber and it seemed like he was more so in shock. Yeah. That, like, of what happened. But here, now, like, the moment's here. He's obviously horrified. He's like, guys, please, like, it's me. It's Coach Scott. Like, don't do this.
I like, too, that, like, before even that
happened. Huh?
I think you're about to talk, the Natalie, when he talks to Natalie.
Well, yeah, but I was just going to say, like, guys, like, you weren't like this before you got out here. Like, being out here is fucking with you. Like you're not like this. This isn't you.
Yeah.
I like that, considering how they end up in the present, where the Wilderness is like still following them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, or like what they've done out here is still like affecting them in the present day.
Yeah, I like that.
And yeah, Natalie comes up to him and puts a necklace on him, and this is the necklace that Lottie put on Callie.
Yes.
So we know this was Jackie's, I'm pretty sure. But this is interesting. So, obviously when Javi died, he died accidentally. But now it seems like the idea is that, like, whenever they're going to, like, kill or sacrifice anybody, they put this, like, necklace on them.
Yeah.
So, I can see why Shauna freaked the fuck out when Lottie put it on Callie.
You know what sucks? We're never going to find out why Lottie put it on Callie now, too.
I know, right? Because I'm like, oh, is it trying to say Lottie was going to, like, sacrifice Callie or some shit?
I guess we won't ever know.
Yeah.
Unless we get a flashback, I guess.
Again, Yeah, because Lottie died off screen. I'm assuming we're gonna get a flashback. Because I'm like, what is it just gonna be that Lottie fucking tripped down the stairs or some shit? You know?
That's what Lottie's dad thinks.
Yeah. But yeah, God, my cat is like pure relaxed right now. He's like fucking eating his own feet.
Oh my gosh.
He is fucking sprawled up on a ball. But yeah, sorry. Anyway, Natalie puts the necklace on Ben, and Ben kind of whispers to Natalie, like, "Please, like, you don't have to do this."
Yeah, I like this.
With things like this, I can totally get why Natalie ends up turning to drugs later in her life.
Yeah, definitely.
Or she probably feels heavily responsible and probably looks back on moments like these and it's like, I should have like done more for like Ben.
Yeah.
Which again, it sucks Natalie's dead too, because we're never gonna get present day Natalie's thoughts on Ben.
No, because they really, when they started like forming their like relationship, it was kind of like before like when Natalie was being built up present day, and then they fucking dropped the ball on Natalie season 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Like before death too.
So yeah, the sack back on Ben's head, and he starts screaming like, "No! If you're gonna do this, you're gonna look me directly in the eye when you kill me." And pretty much going against his wishes, the girl who is this recast girl or is this Jen?
I think Jen is recast girl.
Oh, okay. But anyway, fucking whoever the fuck this is, girl who's spoken like once maybe, is like, "You don't deserve that," and then puts the sack on him anyway.
Yeah.
This is extra because I told Owen off screen that, like, first of all, we don't do like firing squad anymore as like an execution method.
Yep.
I don't remember exactly when we stopped doing it. I think like Vietnam was like the last time we were like actually doing that.
Yeah, this is 1996.
Yeah, so they haven't been doing it for a while. And also, with firing squad, when they did do it, the prisoner or whatever, or like whoever was going to be executed, had the option to be blindfolded or not. They before they were shot, they had to tell them like, "Do you wish to be blindfolded?" So even in this method where we don't do it anymore because it's inhumane, they still, the humane thing was they can choose if they wish to see it coming or not. And you know what? They're out in the middle of nowhere. I get they don't have many options, so firing squad is kind of one of the more humane options they had.
Yeah.
But it's extra fucked up that, like, when we did do firing squad, they had the option to be blindfolded or not. Ben is very clearly like, "No, do not blindfold me." And they are telling him like, "No, you don't deserve that. You deserve to like have this over your head and not know when it's coming."
What I like about this too is you mentioned this, like they're basically taking away this whole thing. What's evil? The most evil thing I think they're doing to Ben is like taking away like his human rights of all things and everything like that.
Yeah, he has the right to not, if they're trying to do this like in a legal way because they're doing like a whole court thing. Like he has the right to not be blindfolded, but they are not giving him that.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, they're stripping him of his human rights. Yeah.
Yeah.
And as we're gonna see later, they're giving him fucking cruel and unusual punishment too.
Yeah. This poor guy.
Yeah.
Dude, what sucks? He's gonna deal with all this shit. We're probably still gonna vote him MVP somehow at the fucking end of the season.
Yeah. But like, I like this. This is a good progression. Where, like I said, Jackie died and accidentally they ate her corpse.
Yep.
Then they were gonna kill Natalie, and then Javi ended up dying accidentally because of what they were doing. And now they're gonna purposefully kill Ben. And they're like, not even doing it humanely. They are fucking torturing this guy essentially.
For no reason.
Yeah, reason. Well, yeah, he starts screaming at them. He's trying to just, be like, fuck you all. Like, I wish you all fucking died. Like, you're all monsters. and everyone's still just like tearing up, unable to like actually pull the trigger. And then I do like this where he's kind of going through all the stages, like he's just pissed off, trying to, it's like, and then he just kind of stops and he starts crying. He's like, "Please don't."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Guys, like he doesn't know when the bullet's coming. He can't see them, so he's just like, "Guys, like like what are you doing?" Like, like he's just like, is it happening yet? Like, are you gonna do it?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Like, fuck, it reminds me of a different situation, but in Better Call Saul, when Mike says we talked about the last conversation with his son.
Yeah.
And how like argument on the phone when he heard Maddie upset, he described it as like, that was him kicking and screaming as the fight went out of him, and I dragged him down to my level.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, this is basically Ben just fucking kicking and screaming and crying and doing anything he can.
And in a weird way,
they put him in a situation where he's just powerless and he has to sit there and wait to die.
And in a weird way, because Taissa was struggling with this, I think this made it worse for Taissa to not be able to pull the fucking trigger, because like Ben was like you said, going through all the stages. It would even though Taissa, like, was. I actually think in a weird way, this made it harder for Taissa, because she didn't have to look him in the eyes, but because Ben didn't know he was coming, he was freaking out. It made it harder for Taissa to like pull the trigger.
Yeah, and then Taissa, for a brief moment, like she goes blank faced, and then Van notices like, "Oh shit, this is like sleepwalking Taissa," and sleepwalking Taissa actually like looks over at Van and says like, "Don't worry, it'll be okay."
Yeah.
So yeah, and she was about to pull the trigger, but then all of a sudden, fucking the Avengers pull up, fucking Lottie, Recast Girl, and Travis, the fucking A-Team.
Wow, Travis made the A-Team somehow.
Yeah, somehow. Yeah, Lottie grabs the gun out of Tice's hands before she pulls the trigger, and Travis tackles Ben to the ground. And Recast Girl is like lagging behind. I do like this. She seems kind of like out of breath, and she's like struggling because obviously she passed out from like all the fucking toxic gas.
Yeah.
So I like that she's like lagging behind everybody, but she seems extremely happy. She's like, "Guys, like he's our he's the bridge back to home." So she describes her dream, how she was like at the cliff, where they would like where Crystal died, like the cliff.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was walking on a bridge, and she looked down, and the bridge was Ben. It was like a giant Ben. Obviously, they like CGI'd it to like make him big. And she could tell that he was still breathing. And across the bridge, that was Ben. She could see like the city, like their home, like back to society.
Yeah. So
basically, the vision is saying that keeping Ben alive is their bridge back home.
Yeah, I like this. This got me too, because I thought this was going to be Ben's fate, and obviously that when they come in, you're really taken back and surprised that they actually didn't pull the trigger and kill Ben off, because again, we thought halfway through the episode Ben was dying type of thing, and then very interesting. Now that like they have like a reason to keep him alive now, and I like this. Obviously,
I like a super valid reason. Recast Girl's like, I had a vision that Ben's awesome.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, "Oh, okay, cool." Well, obviously, I do like it because it's like the idea is like everybody's just so desperate for some hope that they'll 100% grab onto this.
Yeah.
Of like, "Oh, okay, Ben is like our hope. Okay, awesome, we'll keep him alive." Like, obviously, I'm assuming the show is going to do something with this, but like logically speaking, they have no reason to believe that's actually like how it works.
Yeah.
Like again, I feel like the idea is like they're just so desperate for like any hope of going back home.
Exactly. Yeah.
That they'll.
I like the consistency too, because this is good. Because it was nighttime, like you said, when they did this, because it was dawn. Like, because when Travis, when they went to the cave, I think it was like you know, I don't know how long, but I like that a lot of time passes when they go to and from the cave. They've kept that pretty consistent, you know, which is good.
Yeah. And then later that night, Ben is still in the animal pen, and then Shauna and Backwards Cap Girl walk in, and this is so I thought that they were like doing this on their own,
Yeah,
and that like they were gonna be torturing Ben without everybody's approval. Like they were just gonna keep going in there and like fucking like be like, well, if I can't kill you, I'll just make you wish you were dead, kind of thing.
yeah,
We're gonna find out now. They kind of did this with everybody else's approval, kind of.
yeah,
Um, Ben is like obviously scared what they're gonna do because they see Shauna holding a knife, and Ben is like, "Hey, you hurt Lottie. Like, you can't kill me." And then Shauna hands the knife to Melissa, and is like, "You do it." So again, I feel like this is Shauna again being like abusive and like she wants to be Jackie and somebody else be her Shauna. Like
yeah.
she wants somebody else to be her sidekick who does whatever she says.
Exactly. Yeah,
I feel like a lot of this ties back to Jackie.
definitely.
Yeah, and then Backwards Cap Girl is like gonna go up to Ben, and Ben is like doing the best he can, trying to like kick and is like, "Stay away from me, please." And then Backwards Cap Girl ends up getting a good grip on his leg and cuts his Achilles heel.
Mm.
And obviously, you need the Achilles heel to be able to walk properly.
Yeah.
So basically, have stripped Ben's ability to, walk and like escape.
And again, this is more fucked up because, like I said, Ben, I don't think was even gonna. Ben really couldn't go anywhere, anyways, and I don't think Ben was gonna go anywhere, even if he had the.
Unless he had like some crutches, he really wasn't gonna get anywhere. And again, I feel like they could have just had somebody on like 24-hour watch to like keep an eye on Ben.
Yeah, but I don't know. I like this because this is even more fucked up. Like again, they're just gonna.
No, I agree. Like I like this because it's super fucked up. But I'm saying like it kind of ties into the whole like this is unnecessary. They don't need to do this. They just have somebody watch Ben. But like it's just showing how fucking fucked up the group is, you know?
Yeah, and what I like about this too is now because don't forget we talked about this even back when Ben was gonna kill himself. We mentioned like Ben was going to go out on his own terms. Is he going to end up regretting that he didn't just kill himself then? And now I think he is. Because I feel like he's being a fate worse than death right now. And like we said, I think Misty is even regretted the fact that like she didn't just let Ben kill himself, probably, now.
Yeah. And then, Backwards Cap Girl is like smiling at this. Like, again, I feel like she kind of tied what she said last episode. Like, this is what she feels like power is.
Yeah.
Then Shauna and Backwards Cap Girl walk out of there. And Natalie is, of course, like horrified hearing Ben's. I like this. Like, the rest of the episode, you can hear Ben, like, screaming in the background.
Oh, but I loved about this, too, because the music really fit this, too. And, like, you could hear Ben screaming, like the music was playing really loud, but you could still, like, hear him screaming, like, underneath the music type of thing and all that stuff. Like...
Yeah. Yeah. They did a good job with the screams, like, showing how much pain he's in. And they didn't do anything to like cover up the wound too. It would have been kind of funny if Ben just like bled to death.
Yeah.
And like they're like, all right, Ben, stop you from. Oh shit, he's dead. Like that he fucking bleeds to death.
Yeah.
Because nobody went in there to like cover up the wound or anything. So
maybe they'll send Misty in there, I guess, because she's like the one that can.
I guess. But yeah, Natalie is of course like upset and like kind of teary-eyed over like hearing Ben in so much pain. And she says to Shauna, like, you don't have to enjoy this so much. Because she can tell Shauna's, like, happy to, like... And she's like, well, if I can't kill Ben, I'm glad to fucking give him horrible pain.
Yeah.
And then Shauna's like, you going to be a goody two-shoes your whole life? Or so she says something like that. Like, or going to be an angel or a saint your whole life.
Yeah.
And then this is interesting because remember last episode... Cap Girl like held Shauna's hand, and Shauna just kind of gave her like a dead look and like walked away.
Yep.
Now when Backwards Cap Girl has her like hand covered in Ben's blood, Shauna is the one to like grab Backwards Cap Girl's hand.
Yeah.
And, like interlock their fingers.
Yeah, and now
And this, like how you see other people's reaction to this, kind of like looking at them like, what the fuck?
right, and not like 1996. There were a couple gay couple like what the fuck, like what the fuck, like this is fucked up. They just tortured somebody and all that type of stuff.
Yes, basically the idea is that like, again, continuing on that is that like Shauna doesn't even really give a shit about Backwards Cap Girl, but she likes that she has like somebody else who's like the Shauna to her Jackie and like listens to what she says.
Yeah,
And yeah, the idea is that like she doesn't give a fuck about Melissa, but when Melissa's like doing what she says and like she'll like reward her with affection, essentially.
yeah. This makes me wonder. Because obviously it's implied that she's the one stalking Shauna, like present day and all that type of stuff. Like, what's gonna come of this present day? What was she?
Well, also, Shauna and Backwards Cap Girl like walk off into like the same tent,
Yeah,
so heavily implying they're gonna like go fuck.
right. Poor Benny. Everyone seems to.
Interesting. Like, how much of this does Jeff know about?
Yeah, because did she write this in the journal?
Yeah.
I imagine she did.
Yeah. And then everybody else kind of just walked away as you again you get a really cool shot of like an upwards view of like the camp, and then you just hear Ben still screaming in the background.
Yeah. Really like this stuff. We're not gonna grade the episode yet because he's got the present to talk about, but all this Ben stuff.
Also, sorry, since I bitched so much about Tyson Van's like sex scene, this was a lot better. You know, like if they're gonna imply that. Well, obviously it wasn't like as heavily implied. Like they might not have done that, but I think that was the implication.
Yeah.
That has a good like story reason of like, yeah, Shauna's like just such a fucked up person in the past that she's basically just like happy to torture people, and like when she gets Backwards Cap Girl to like inflict pain on other people, she'll like reward her with like affection.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And also that she's desperate for like to have people like her out here because she obviously again is like has a lot of issues with like Jackie and Jeff,
and just cut everybody off because of all the things she's lost in the past and everything like that.
Yeah, because again, it's where we talked about it before. We're not even sure what Shauna's like sexuality is.
Right.
I think it'd be interesting if like again she's not really into women, but she's just like so. You know, she's just like so fucked up mentally. She's like, yeah, sure, I'll fucking sleep with Backwards Cap Girl.
Yeah, I like that. But yeah, that's the end of the past. Overall, I like the past. The only thing that really wasn't that great was the Thaisa Van plot. It wasn't bad either. It was just it's the weakest out of all the things that happened. But everything else in the past was relatively solid to like very good. And obviously, the very good is the Ben stuff.
How long is talking now?
An hour and a half. So.
That's not bad.
Yeah, but yeah. So I guess we said we were gonna do a little bit of predictions. Since they kept Ben alive, this means that we're not gonna do Star Wars next. But in the reviews, we thought we were gonna do Star Wars if Ben died, but we still are. But we just thought he was dying this episode. But
yeah, like obviously, just whenever Ben dies, presumably. If there's no like big cliffhanger, then we'll do Star Wars next.
Yeah. Good plug in the middle of the video, though, which we never do, so that's good. But we predicted this off on the phone, off camera. I think we predicted that because they didn't kill off Ben this episode, I think he's gonna make it to at least episode 7. I don't think he's gonna make it to the rest of the season, but I think he's at least gonna make it to episode 7.
Yeah. So for me, because like they made a big deal about keeping him alive, I don't think they'll kill him off next episode. Yeah, I think 7 or 8 would be a good time to kill him off. Because I'm assuming, because you know what Recast Girl said about keeping Ben alive as their bridge back home. I'm assuming something's going to happen. Ben's going to die, and I can't think of what, but like because Ben dies, like something fucked up happens and they like aren't able to like get help.
Yeah.
Like maybe they start eating Ben and like I don't know, like well, I mean that'd be kind of like weird. But like if like rescue comes like right when they're like eating Ben or something.
Right.
But like I don't know. That'd be kind of weird. But like that's what I imagine could happen.
Yeah.
Or like I don't know what else it could be besides that.
Yeah. But we also predicted that because Ben lived, we think we're going to get, like, now a scene between maybe another scene between Ben and Shauna, and that's very fucked up. And then a meaningful scene with like Ben and Natalie, since we haven't had the scene with just them. And since Travis and Lottie are the ones that save Ben, we'll get. And they could do one with Lottie, but we think Travis would be more meaningful since he kind of built a relationship with Travis back in season 1. We think we'll get like a Ben and Travis scene again. And I think that's why we said 2 episodes too, because you could probably do it all in episode 6, but I feel like you'd be squeezing in way too much stuff for Ben. I mean, Ben can only take so much, you got to give him some time to have other people to, other things to do other episodes. So I think, do a Shauna one, episode 6, maybe Travis 2, and then do the Natalie one in episode 7, so that will be like his death episode if that's when it comes.
Yeah, Travis is the one to pull Ben out of the line of fire. I would like a scene with him and Travis. Yeah, him and Shauna. Him and Misty. I would like another scene between him and Mari, since they were stuck in the cave together for a little while.
We haven't gotten a lot of. I mean, I guess we got a lot, but we haven't gotten a lot of Mari lately. I guess this,
Yeah. Very beginning to set up like finding Ben, and then we haven't really gotten any of her since then.
Which you would have been happy about last season, but this season you're like, whoa, what happened to Mari? Like, what happened?
Yeah. Not complete shit. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Shauna, Natalie, Misty, Travis, and Mari are like the people I would like to have scenes with Ben before he dies.
Yep. But yeah, that was the past. Let's talk about the present. I feel like if you've watched the last few videos, we haven't been big fans of the present. I think the only time we liked the present was episode 3, and there wasn't much present to cover in that episode. It was so. This is kind of a problem. I think I should just talk about it now. By the way, I'm just going to end the alarm because it's only 4 minutes left, and I'm not going to cover all this in 4 minutes. So, we're halfway through the show, and we'll just now have like an actual direction now for the presents. That's kind of a problem. The fact that we made it halfway through and we don't have like a consistent plot. I'm pretty sure season 1, episode 3, we had a consistent direction because that's when Travis died. We had found out about the black man at least a little bit before then, and then, we had the Jessica Roberts stuff. So like we had a clear direction then. Season 2, we the murder of Adam was a clear direction. Then whatever was going on with Lottie's cult, that was pretty consistent. For some reason, I don't know why, season 3 of the present, it took them halfway through the show to finally have a consistent plot. And again, it came at the expense of fucking Lottie dying out of nowhere for no reason. And really weird. Also really weird, I'll just mention this now, Callie was upgraded to a regular cast member. And it seems like she's done less this season than the season when she wasn't a regular cast member. So
yeah, it's not like 0 Callie since... Well, it's also weird. You figure her and Shauna would have like a scene after Shauna's flip out. But we've gotten like nothing on them.
Yeah, that should have been like a pretty immediate too. It was really weird because the next Callie scene we got was just like about like the Jeff of Karma thing, and then like nothing. So it's like
Shauna and her don't even like have a conversation about what the fuck happened.
Yeah, nothing. So, but yeah, so it kicks off in the present. Misty goes to the morgue, and
yeah, last episode I was thinking like, okay, maybe this is a fake out. Maybe Lottie didn't actually die or something. But
nope.
No, she's dead.
Yep. We see a corpse, so sort of, because like when they cut to it, it's like past Lottie and like past Misty like in there. I wonder how they did that scene. Obviously, they didn't fly the actors out there. I wonder if they just went to like a soundstage or whatever, and like did that scene. Yeah, Misty's kind of looking at it like in disbelief that Lottie has passed. Kind of weird that Misty was the first one to see her, because like we didn't really get a lot of Misty and Lottie present day, and like we've gotten some past, but like they haven't had any big scenes, so like it was kind of hard to like buy into the fact that like she's like the one that wants to solve this case when we don't really get it. We haven't really gotten really a sense of the friendship really that much, so it was weird. Misty is asking a lot of questions. like how this happened and everything like that. And they also asked if she had like any belongings and everything like that, and like wants to make sure they get to like people that are close to her. And the guy says, you know, that we really can't do that. It could only be family members. And obviously Misty tries like bullshit by saying like, well, we're sisters and all the way that matters. And the guy's like, are you sisters by blood? And she's like no. But she kind of tries to use the thing like, you know, there was a case before where like someone didn't get like their watch and it got sold on eBay, so we want to make sure this gets to the right family and this isn't getting sold. So, and then we find out that this guy is also a citizen detective. Apparently all the fucking citizen detectives live in the fucking town, I guess, because
really weird.
yeah. Again, we don't know where Elijah Wood.
But Misty was heavily implying this guy like takes shit from like the deceased people and like sells it.
Yeah. So this kind of causes the guy to give her stuff, but like says like just to keep it between, just not to show it to anybody. Obviously, you know that's not.
One, it's weird. All the citizens detective live in the same area, and that also that Misty has like dirt on all of them.
Yeah. I can buy how you having dirt on this guy, but like not the fact that like all the citizen detectives live in one area. That I don't buy. So Misty calls a group meeting with all the main cast, except Callie, because again, you know, she's technically main cast now and can't get in a fucking episode apparently. I feel like too, more people are gonna be watching what you're doing with your cat than me talking.
I'm just like, yeah, sorry. He's being a little fucking asshole to me.
Yeah. But anyhow, so Misty calls a group meeting. I like this because she like mentions Thaisa and Van by name, but like when she has to talk to Sean, well, she has to say Shauna's name. She like doesn't say her name, kind of showing there's a thing going on between them. And I like this because it was kind of like to give Thaisa and Van and then know that something weird was going on. Yeah, she says that Lottie's dead, and we see pictures of her autopsy, and she says that she was murdered. And obviously, Sean is taken back by this because again, she just saw Lottie like a few days ago, and she's like, no, she can't be dead. I also wondering too if Sean also didn't want to believe this because again, the last interaction they had together wasn't very good. So she's like, maybe she was thinking like she was gonna be at fault because maybe she like thought about Jackie again because again she kind of caused Jackie to die, so maybe she was thinking of that stuff again. And she's like, no, it's confirmed. And Thaisa,
we're like, what? No, Lottie's not dead. It's like, no, she's dead. It's like, oh,
yeah. And obviously, Misty said that she's going to look into this. And Shauna questions Misty, being like, how do we know that you didn't kill Lottie? And Shauna tries to use logic by saying that Misty could have called this meeting just to, make it so that way she's not guilty. I do like this because, again, that does seem like a very Misty thing to do. And Thaisa and Van buy into this. And, this was like the argument that Natalie used during the postcodes. I think back in season 1 when she said, like, how do I know you didn't just send one to yourself? And Shauna even mentions, too, because Misty tries to say, well, I was at work yesterday when this happened. But Shauna even says, like, yeah, but you left work, like, early and locked me in the freezer. How do I know you didn't just go kill Lottie? And Misty says, I wouldn't do this, and she lashes out at everyone. And this is pretty consistent because, again, she's kind of bullshitted everyone, and it's taking what Elijah Wood said to her and the fact that Sean has been treated so shitty this season. She says, like, I'm going to solve this case, but I'm not going to do it for you guys. I'm going to do it because that's what Lottie would have wanted, and that's what Natalie would have done. Which I like that, because that was pretty consistent, because when Travis died, Natalie was pretty insistent on solving the case, so that makes sense. And then they do it like a funny comedy bit where, like, Misty leaves, and they were, like, having this meeting at her house, and all the cast called us out, being like, did Misty just walk out of her house? And Misty, like, comes back and says, okay, this is my house. Like, you all have to get out of here. Really wasn't a fan of that. This is kind of a serious scene about a character dying, and that was kind of weird. So
yeah, it was a little bit. Like, a lot of the jokes are funny, but, like, they're kind of put in at really weird times.
Yeah. Anything you want to say about this? I thought overall this was like fine, but again, I feel like too, I didn't like the scene when I saw it because again, this was like the actual fucking reveal of Lottie dying, and I feel like they put way too much fucking comedy into it. That like, I feel like too, it would be a bad thing, but YellowJackets has been pretty consistent at like not treating the characters' deaths very seriously with Natalie and Lottie, and that's just continued that.
Yeah. I will say I do like continuing the idea of like Shauna is just like throwing out accusations like without any proof, because obviously remember her own fucking mental image of Jackie called her out on it. Like, you're just throwing out accusations like everybody.
Yeah.
And like here again, I don't have any reason to believe Misty would kill Lottie. But she's just like, oh no, I bet you did it, Misty. And Misty's even like, why would I do that?
Right. So then it cuts to the intro. And then I'm going to talk about Taissa and Van's plot, because like we fucking said earlier in this video, it's so disconnected from everything else, you know? They just found out Lottie died, but no, they have to still do the one plot, I guess. So, to be fair, they do talk about it, but still, like, it's so disconnected from everyone else. I don't know why they can't... I don't know why they won't do... I get Taissa, like, lives in New York and shit, but, like, what? We're halfway through the season, and they're still doing their own thing. They're not interacting with anyone in the group. I don't understand this. But, yeah, they're at a restaurant. I don't know where, because I don't live in New York, and I don't know what they didn't really get to eat, because, you know, that's a big thing in TV shows. You know, you never get to see the characters, like, eat, or it's always interrupted by something else, you know, so, if you're in a TV show, don't ever, I guess you can't eat, apparently. You're gonna have, like, bulimia and all that stuff.
Right, whenever they have, like, a dinner scene, they're never fucking eating.
Or never finish. A big example of that is in 2.5 Men. I feel like, someone pointed this out in the comments in the video, like, Jake never gets to finish his fucking breakfast, or, like, dinner, or anything, so...
Yeah. Right, there's so many scenes that are like at breakfast and they fucking like take a bite of their food, right?
Or like Charlie will always order like pizza, but you never like see him eat the fucking pizza. Like, so it's like
Right.
So these characters are gonna like go through some health issues, like, apparently, I guess. So
I you figure out fucking being stranded down in the woods for like 2 years, they'd be fucking eating any chance they got.
I guess not, you know. So, you know, you know, Van's kind of like reflected on Lottie's death, kind of like not believing she's gone, because they all kind of didn't really believe Lottie's death, because they saw that Lottie would like obviously survive everything, because she survived the plane crash, and you know, she was in that cult all this time, and I guess they saw her as a god. I don't know why Ben didn't get this treatment, but they saw her as a god. So, you know, and Taissa's really not thinking much of it, because Taissa doesn't give a shit about anything. You're talking about Travis doesn't show.
It's fucking Van, she doesn't care.
Yeah, you know about Travis doesn't show any fucking emotion. Present day fucking Taissa's got nothing on Travis. I think she shows more on emotion. So
yeah, Travis doesn't care about anything. Taissa cares about one thing, which is again having sex with Van.
I guess it's better than nothing. So, yeah. So then, you know, you mentioned this last video. Van questions Taissa, being like, you know, why did you say to meet you in an hour, like by the pretzel stand? Like, it's only a 15-minute train ride. Like, did you go kill Lottie? And obviously Taissa like says she didn't do it because like it took an hour to like set up all that stuff, like the carriage ride. She had to go get cash. New York is crazy. And she says like there's no way that she possibly could have done this. I do think it makes sense that Van would ask that question, considering the fact that, again, what a coincidence, like Taissa goes and takes that train ride, and like it took so an hour to get there, and like they separated for that amount of time. So again, obviously the only thing that, you know, because obviously they didn't even know what, I don't think they really knew where Lottie was, like doing all this, so that's kind of a leap. But again, I don't fault Van for thinking this way, because again, that makes a lot of sense. I think because Van asked that question, that means Taissa didn't fucking do it though. But again, you know, it tied into the episode title, because Van had to ask, "Did you do that?" And Huh?
I was like torn between Taissa and Callie, leaning more towards Callie. The fact that they're like addressing it now with Taissa, I'm thinking like, okay, probably Callie.
Yep. Which is interesting because Callie wasn't here, so maybe it is Callie. She's in the episode, so.
Callie wasn't at the retirement home with them.
Yeah.
And, obviously Lottie's like interested in Callie.
Yeah, so maybe.
Because like, you didn't even know where Lottie was.
Yep. So. So then Taissa gets a phone call. And this is interesting. You obviously you get the implication that it's Simone. So you think, okay, they're just gonna do something like off screen, like you said, they're not gonna come back. They're just gonna keep doing these phone calls. No, so what happens? We get the next scene we get with.
This season, it looked into the future and like saw our reviews, and it's addressing a lot of my criticisms.
I wonder what this episode was like before you said this. Like maybe the scene didn't happen to everybody else.
When I saw the scene, I was in denial. Like I was looking at the wiki page. He'd be like, "There's no way that's actually them. That's like a recast, or like they're using old footage or something."
But no, they go to the poke, and we get like a really nice reveal shot, I guess, and we see that it's Simone. I'm like, okay, this isn't gonna be real. It's not gonna, like you said, it's actually gonna be them. But no, it's actually Simone. It's actually Sammy. They were able to use his actor. I didn't really think they were gonna be able to, considering the fact that
4 years. I'm surprised he looks like this. He looks still like a kid.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't know how old he was before, but he still looks pretty young.
Yeah. So, good for him. Whatever he's doing, I got to start doing that if I want to stay young, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
Routine he's got, but I want it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, talking about it, but now that they're here and they got the actors here, I'm hoping they're in the rest of the season because this one scene itself was kind of eh.
Right. But yeah, Simone, Taissa thanks Simone for like letting him come over, letting her come and play with like Sammy and stuff. And Simone's like, "Hey, don't thank me. He asked for you." And then you have to get that scene where your new girlfriend meets your old girlfriend. I guess we've all been there. And Simone. No. Well, I haven't either. So I just wasn't gonna admit it, but you just full on went there. So, but. Simone's like, so you're the one I always hear about, and before anything can really like happen, Taissa.
Oh, that's fucked. So fucking Taissa is married to this woman.
Yep.
And Taissa is still not shutting the fuck up about Van.
Yep. Whatever. And but before that, we overhear Taissa say like, "But Sammy, what's wrong?" type of thing. We see that Sammy like walks away all sad, and Simone like comforts him and everything like that. Before I get my thoughts on this scene, I think I should talk about the next Taissa Van scene, since that kind of is connected to this. Obviously, we see Taissa and Van are back home, and Taissa's upset that that it didn't go well, and we find out that the conversation that Sammy and Taissa had, Sammy asked like Taissa if like you're still my mom and stuff, and Taissa says like, "Yeah, of course I'll always be your mom, and nothing's gonna ever change that unless I almost kill my wife again and want to fuck Van. Once Van's in the picture, all bets are off." So
crash the car you crash has to be a van for poetic irony.
Yeah, Taissa's feeling upset, and Van comes over and apologizes, like feels bad for Taissa that it didn't go well. So Taissa just decides, like, hey, like, let's get out of this house. I need to change the scenery.
I will say that was kind of a weird scene of like Simone was like, "Yeah, Sammy wanted to see you." Taissa's like, "Hi, Sammy," and Sammy's like, "Bye, Mom," and like is all depressed and leaves.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. So
what a weird dude, I guess. So
yeah, I'm glad they're back, because like I 100% was like they're not going to be in the rest of the show. But considering they are back and we haven't fucking seen them for like a season and a half, pretty disappointing return. Again, I'm hoping they're in like the rest of the season.
Yeah, I was very disappointed about this. With how it was done and how the biggest thing I didn't like about it was like you wouldn't have even like if you just showed someone YellowJackets like just this episode, you wouldn't have even like known Simone and like Sammy were characters like in seasons 1 and 2. You would have thought like this was just something in Thaisa's like past that we never like saw on screen or anything like that. Like it seemed like Simone like wasn't much of a character like before this. And I also really don't like this doubly because like you're meant to like feel bad for Thaisa like doing all this stuff, but like I don't feel bad for Thaisa because she caused all this shit.
They have every right to be pissed at Thaisa, so I'm like, I don't really feel bad for her.
Yeah, and I feel like and again, because I've seen Simone in the past and like in the in past seasons, I'm like, Simone was a very supportive wife, and yeah, I'm really yeah, so and again, a bit of a leap that Thaisa like wants to leave her house all of a sudden. Like, why the fuck has she been staying there all this time? If like she's been thinking about this, like that's a fucking leap. The fact too that like that Thaisa van scene was like the last fucking scene we saw in the present was fucking dumb. It should have been that like scene that Shauna had like thinking about Lottie, but no, they have to fucking end in the present always disappointingly. And I think the writers were like, how do we end it disappointingly? Let's throw Thaisa in a van in there. That would get the job done. So, So yeah, this time.
So yeah, it addresses my criticism of like Simone and Sammy are back, but very underwhelming scene.
Yeah.
Definitely should have done more with it. And again, it feels like Thaisa forgets they exist, because so yeah, I'm like, I don't even really feel bad for Thaisa. Again, I feel like I feel bad for her if like, yeah, she fucked up. She knew she fucked up, and like I could tell she was like eating her up inside. But again, as we said, it feels like she doesn't give a shit about anything that isn't fucking Van. Like, it feels like she forgets she's married and has a kid,
Yeah. I mean, remember those scenes of, those few episodes of Breaking Bad where, like, Walt wouldn't cook meth again because it fucked up his family life and everything like that? Those were great, That would be like Walt just decided, this would be like Walt decided, like, fuck it, I'm just going to keep cooking meth and everything like that and, like, not give a shit about my family type of thing.
Yeah, and he reached that point in season 5, but by that point we understood how he got to that point.
Right. So this Thaisa Van things. See, I'm gonna give him like maybe I'm gonna give it like 2 thumbs down probably. I mean, I guess I like the Lottie stuff, but I feel like the actual plot of Thaisa Van once it kicked off was like that. Honestly, this honestly felt like a fuck you to the fans. Honestly, like it really did. Like,
yeah, great. It was not great.
Yeah.
But yeah. Pretty much it for their plot line. It was pretty small, and I don't know, just it didn't really feel like anything, honestly. Like, didn't really connect to anything.
No, nothing. Because that's Tyson Van just can't seem to, just can't seem to get anything go. Again, they don't have the janitors right in these scenes, like you said. So, then we have Shauna and Misty's plot. Misty is still doing some investigation on Lottie's case, and she calls Fred, the autopsy guy, and we find out that her cell phone wasn't with all of that stuff. So obviously this leads Misty to be suspicious, and she gets in the car and starts driving. We don't really know where she's going, and she's being tailed by Shauna. I don't understand Misty sometimes. Like, she's this big citizen detective and is really good at her job, but she, like, seems to miss fucking key details. Like, didn't really make it look like...
It's not even, like, doing it good. Like, it's pretty obvious that she's, like, tailing her.
And it would be one thing, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. The last episode, Shauna's van went in the shop, so, like, she's probably driving a rental car. No, she's driving the van. So...
Right. Look behind her and is like, is that fucking Shauna?
Yeah. So, whatever. And then Elijah Wood's doing an even, like, worse job tailing, and he's tailing Shauna, and Shauna picks up on it right away. And obviously, like, he's doing a bad job of it, so eventually Shauna just pulls over, and she gets into a fender bender again. I just love this. It seems like this fan's just going to go through it the rest of the show, and I'm all for it.
I would love it if, like, when Shauna goes up, and it, like, rolls down the window, it's not Walter, it's Adam. Well, again, Adam's brother, Badam.
Yeah, but I want this, like, van to, like, get destroyed next season since it's the last one, because
it reminds me of Owen. in Ben 10, there's a running joke that Kevin, like once he becomes a good guy, like his car is constantly getting destroyed.
Yeah. So
that's like a running joke, and that reminds me of that.
Actually, Danny Phantom, not the LV, I forget what, but like doesn't that vehicle gets destroyed like almost every episode?
Yeah, yeah.
The what?
Yeah, that one gets destroyed a lot.
Yeah.
Or like in SpongeBob, obviously like Squidward's house is constantly getting fucking like fucked up by SpongeBob and Patrick.
Or the chomp bucket always gets destroyed.
Yeah. Good one.
But yeah, she goes up.
Well, I remember, and he was like, "All right, Squidward, don't say anything. Remember your karma." And he just fucking flies down off a cliff and ends up blowing up.
Yeah. Yeah. So Shauna gets out of the vehicle, and she doesn't know who's tailing her, so she has pepper spray or whatever to like defend herself. And the guy rolls down the window, and it's Elijah Wood on his lunch break. He hasn't had a lunch break in a while, and he's got to have a lunch break apparently. He got a super lunch break this time. They realized he deserved it. So
yeah, he's like, Lord of the Rings has been really tough. I'm gonna take a half-hour lunch break instead of a 15-minute lunch break.
Yeah, I mean that's probably how long he was in this episode, so that fits.
Yeah.
And Shauna's like, "What the hell are you doing here, Elijah Wood?" And Elijah Wood's like, "Well, it's my lunch break. I need something to do for a little bit." But no, we find out that he's telling Shauna because he suspects that Shauna murdered Lottie. That makes sense.
He's got to take it.
Huh?
He suspects that Shauna has an AI. He's trying to become the meta. He has to take it.
I love it. Elijah and this makes sense why he comes to this conclusion because again, Shauna's killed before. But then Shauna says like, "No, I didn't do this, but like, how do I know like you guys didn't do it? Because like you guys have been known to kill people before because you solved my plot without me having to be there." So, I'm
gonna recognize Walter. Is they never even met face to face because Shauna, he rolled on the window. Shauna should have been like a random guy.
Yeah. So then Shauna was thinking Misty did it because she's been known to kill people before and she just knows Misty. But Elijah Wood says that Misty couldn't have done this because it's not Misty's work. They basically offer a team up. This was kind of cool because I think I've said this before. The friends, the actress that plays Shauna and Elijah Wood are friends in real life, so it's kind of cool they got to do a scene together. Pretty cool stuff.
I love the way you put the actor who plays Elijah Wood.
I meant to say Shauna, but I couldn't think of her name for a second there. So,
right, but no, I said the actor who plays Elijah Wood. Like, obviously, Elijah Wood plays Elijah Wood.
Oh, yeah. Fuck, I fucked that up bad. So, but whatever. Hey, if he does anything himself, sometimes actors do play themselves. So,
yeah, true.
So,
I think John plays himself in a lot of stuff.
The Fred movies.
Yeah. I was gonna say, loop that back around to the conversation we were having off screen.
Yeah. But yeah, as I say that, yeah, I know you made a wrestling reference, and I fucking I went the Fred movie out. So,
yeah. Although that's because you said he's been doing mainly promo stuff, hasn't been actually wrestling in his tour. And Fred 3, he was in it for like 5 seconds to be like, "Yeah, no, this sucks. I'm leaving."
That's awesome.
That's how his last tour is. He's like, "Yeah, this sucks. I'm just gonna go."
That'd be funny. But yeah, then we find out Misty went to the the suite that Lottie was staying at, and she goes into the unauthorized room, employees only, and she went in there, no fucking problem. No one fucking stopped her. No one said anything. She just was able to go in there. Now, I don't know if there was like a conversation where she like talked to someone and like bullshitted and said like I was a detective, but like I don't think so. I think she just went into the fucking
like darting her eyes around like she's hoping nobody notices her.
Yeah. I guess we should just do this at fucking most suites. Just go into fucking unauthorized employees only, and I guess we're good.
Around the corner, being like, "Excuse me, ma'am, can't go in there, ma'am, fuck out."
Right. It's like at Lowe's, no, customers aren't allowed to go on the ladders. I sometimes I pop over and I'm like, oh yeah, you can't go on the ladder. So, yeah, I tell you,
Oh, really? People try to go on a ladder? Really? What? Why?
well, kids, and one time I caught like a grown up on the ladder, and I was like shocked because I'm like because it says employees only on the fucking thing. I'm like thinking he would have like read it. So
Not read or
I came over and I was like, you're not allowed to be on the ladder. And I mean, I didn't say it like a douche, but I like said it and I was like shocked because I figured like he fucking like knew that. So like,
Reminds me at work today, I was in Rover, and obviously I'm supposed to report anything weird I see. There was fucking two cowboys fucking on the front yard of the prison with a lasso, riding two horses. Yeah, there's two people riding horses and swinging a lasso around up front.
It's crazy shit. Like,
Okay.
or like someone went into receiving one time and like was a customer and like didn't realize you couldn't be there. Like, why the fuck did you think you'd come back here? Like, what are you doing? Like,
So yeah, Misty is everything that's wrong with the world. It's like, Misty, just you're making life harder for everybody else. Stop going to where you're not supposed to be.
I guess so. But anyhow, she goes in there. We see that this isn't the trailer. I think you were meant to think in the trailer. Obviously she was like doing something related to Nally, but I guess we found out it was. I guess we found out it wasn't. She seems like got over Nally's fucking death, by the way, really fucking quick. Like, not mention.
Yeah. She kind of says like she's gonna do this because this is what Natalie would have done. So I guess she's trying to like become like Natalie.
Oh yeah, because she's wearing like a leather jacket. I think.
Yeah, I noticed that she's dressing more like Natalie lately. So I have a theory. So I think I read a little bit online that it seems like Natalie was killed off because the actress didn't want to be in the show anymore.
Right.
So I'm guessing they're like, fuck, we had some storylines planned for Natalie. So I'm guessing like they kind of just are using Misty for like Natalie's storyline.
Right. So.
Because like Misty and Shauna are kind of having beef this season. And in the past, Shauna's kind of like weirdly having beef with Natalie.
So
the past.
So this was probably supposed to be Natalie, and then they had to switch it.
That is how I'm guessing it would be. Yeah.
Yeah, that probably fucked up a lot of things for the Yeah, that's.
Well, I'm thinking because like again, like Shauna and Natalie have like not talked at all, but all of a sudden this season they've been like butting heads quite a bit.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if they like. Yeah, I guess they just. I guess they're still going with that because again, that's pretty natural. But now they're like, "Fuck, we don't have Natalie," type of thing.
Yes, they're kind of just using Misty for that role.
Yeah.
Again, that's not like confirmed. That's just me kind of like theorizing. That's kind of what happened.
Right. I don't think it was like anything ill will either. Like the actress, like is also a musician and does like a lot of concerts.
Yeah, she's not busy. It's a long show. It takes a lot of time.
Right.
I get why I want to move on to other stuff. But yeah, just considering that like this storyline is heavily similar to the Travis storyline, like solving a murder. It makes me think that yeah, this was kind of supposed to be Natalie, and they're kind of just using Misty to be the new Natalie.
Yeah. But when she sees that there's a scratch on the wall, and we got like a flashback of like something caused the scratch to go on the wall. So obviously Misty's suspicious about this. So then later on, a little bit later, she's talking to the receptionist at the suite. The guy's like, I guess the guy's like, hey, you weren't supposed to go in there. And Misty was like, oh, I didn't realize that. It's like, well, it says employees can't be in there. She's like, oh, I'll have to read the sign next time. So, cool. But anyhow, no. Huh?
She should have said she doesn't speak English.
Yeah. But anyhow, she asked, Misty asked the guy, we can add him to the name of unnamed characters because he doesn't have a name. So,
Yeah, you're right. All right. Old hotel man.
Yep. I like how he's hotel man. Like that could be any fucking buddy, but
Man with lollipops.
Yes. But yeah, Misty.
Actually, I do like that.
Yeah. But
Which you're gonna get.
Yeah, so Misty's asked like if Lottie was seen with anybody, but the guy says like no, like she's been staying with her dad the past couple of days and everything like that, and this is kind of cool. He mentions that like he knew Lottie and mentions like Lottie would stay here up until her parents got divorced, and then obviously she bounced here and there and everything like that, and mentioned that anytime she got upset, I used to give her lollipops, and we would call them Lotties, which because her name was Lottie. And that's how lollipops were invented. Lottie apparently invented the lollipops. Good for Lottie. She did something.
Yeah, I didn't know lollipops weren't a thing before 1996, but now I know.
Yeah. I like this, though. I like the fact that, this guy actually, like, knew who Lottie was, and this makes a lot of sense, because the guy seems like he's been there a while, and actually likes his job, which is good,
Yeah, that's very sweet. I like that, again, I like when this guy could have just been, like, a random fucking guy who gives exposition. But again, and he is. But, like, I like that detail of, like, yeah, he's been this receptionist at this hotel for many years.
Yep.
And Lottie grew up here. And he kind of had a little, like, he watched her grow up, and he's very sad that she's gone.
Yeah, I like that. So,
very minor thing. They didn't have to give this guy that much personality because he's only in this one scene, but they did, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah. Hey, you don't know. That's going to be the guy that killed Lottie, for all we fucking know. So,
I imagine the fucking Misty reveals it. It's like, it was you, random old black man. It's like, yes, it was I. I killed Lottie, stealing all my fucking lollipops.
Yes, I love it.
Is that going to be our new running joke? This guy's the fucking mastermind villain in every show.
I love it. No, it's always
guy who brought the Book of the Dead to that cabin.
This guy?
Yeah, this is the guy who brought the Evil Dead book to the cabin. He's the one who told Vilgax about the Omnitrix.
Yep. He gave Walt the
ghost power. Huh?
He gave Walt the idea to start cooking meth.
Yep. He was Walt's chemistry teacher.
Yeah, I love it. And he tried to really mold Walt into like Eisenberg. He was lately giving him a hard time in chemistry.
Yeah, he was like, you know what, Walt? Things aren't going to work out with that Gretchen girl. You should quit and sell your shares to the company.
Oh, I love that. He's the one that fits. I love it. What a cold-hearted man this guy is.
What a nice guy. Trying to give Walt some fatherly advice.
He dropped the Death Note. He's the one that dropped the Death Note book, so that way Light would find it.
Yeah, he's like, Light was feeling guilty about it, and this guy came in like, Light. Really, I mean, you shouldn't feel that bad about it. If it were me, I would kill all the criminals in the world.
Yeah.
I would love it. Mike talks about how guilty he feels for convincing his son to take the money. It turns out Maddie had a second phone call with this guy, and this guy told him to.
Oh my god, you really went out there with that. It's like...
Yeah, Maddie was like, I wasn't going to do it when my dad told me to, but now that you are telling me to, random reception. Random hotel man, I'm gonna do it. The
guys on the Death Star ship, like, weren't gonna blow up that planet, but then this guy's like, you know what, we should just blow up this planet anyways, type of thing.
Yeah, Tarkin and Vader are talking about it, like, you know what, which planet should we blow up? And he's like, hey, how about Alderaan? I fucking hate that place.
I stayed there once, and I had a bad experience.
Yeah, I worked at a hotel there for a couple of years. Not great.
And they're like, wait, why?
Cody, the reason they lived on that ship isn't because because he blew up the Tipton Hotel.
Yes, but anyhow,
they needed to find a new. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. We should keep going.
I know we could do this all day, but yeah. So then Misty goes to Father of the Year, Lottie's father. He has a name. I forgot his name. So it's great. I didn't catch the scene when I watched it the first time. He also mentions that Lottie's father had health issues, which was really sad because I didn't hear him say this the first time, type of thing. So, apparently it wasn't paying attention the first time on. I thought fucking Ben's mom fostered kids, and then I didn't hear the fact that fucking I apparently had selective hearing during this episode. I only heard what I wanted to hear. So, but Yeah, so Misty pretends to be somebody else and like wishes condolences over Lottie's death. And obviously you know, um you don't really get the fact at first that Lottie's dad's in bad health, but he mentions to like the cleaner that he has company coming. You know what sucked? Once I finally heard the fact that like I mean obviously once I heard about his health issue and stuff, but like when I watched this second time I'm like, oh fuck, he probably doesn't have a fucking meeting coming. He just thinks he fucking does. Like I'm like, oh my gosh, this dude thought he had a meeting and he doesn't have a.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. Yeah, it's implied he thinks he has a meeting. He doesn't. And then like, I'm pretty sure this isn't a cleaner. I'm pretty sure this is like his like personal nurse.
Oh god, I think it was his cleaner, because he's doing all like the house chores when.
Yeah, it's like a nurse or like his like personal like I said like somebody who watches over him because she treats kind of like correct him.
Right. Yeah. But like I don't know why I got like I got.
He has all.
Yeah, but I just didn't realize until I watched it the second time around. I also forgot about the meeting like as I was watching the episode, and then like when he mentioned the meeting like second time going around, I was like, oh fuck, he doesn't actually have a meeting coming up, Yeah. So,
yeah, with Alzheimer's, a lot of it is like they kind of jump around their memories a little bit. So he thinks he's like younger and he has like a business meeting coming up. That's why later on he thinks he's with Lottie, who's like a kid again.
Who called him then? Because obviously, like someone called him and he mentions.
That's a good question. I don't know.
It's a fucking old guy fucking with them. Maybe that's why he thinks he has a meeting.
It's like, all right, mister, I'll be up for a meeting soon. It's like, okay, buddy.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe we just turned this guy's.
Keeping him on, he's making his Alzheimer's work.
Maybe he doesn't have Alzheimer's. This guy's making him think he has Alzheimer's. So.
I love that idea. He doesn't actually have any mental issues, but he's fucking like making him go crazy.
And he's just telling everyone else. He's just telling everybody else that like he doesn't know that he has Alzheimer's.
Yeah, think he has Alzheimer's. Everyone treats him differently. Oh my god, I fucking love that.
But yeah, Misty mentions. I assume that Misty probably did some digging and realized he had Alzheimer's because we never get that on screen. So, but and maybe Misty knew this too because like obviously they're friends and everything like that. They could have talked about this off screen. But yeah, Father of the Year here. But don't forget, like he had his daughter like electrocuted, or go through shock therapy.
Remember, crazy. Yeah, this show is like last season. I'm like, who the fuck are these people, and like, why do they suck so bad? Mari, Lottie's dad. I'm like, they are so comically fucking shitty. But like, this season's actually making me care about them.
Do you think? Hey, there's still time for Travis, man. There's still time for Travis.
There's still time. But I wouldn't. I'm not trusting it, but they might. But yeah, because again, this guy was just like when Lottie predicted the car crash, he chalked it up that like, oh, she's weird and crazy. And again, when she got back from the woods and was clearly like traumatized, he's like, oh, let's just fucking electrocute her. So I was like, oh, this guy's like a comically bad dad. It's kind of funny. But they do something with that here, and it's pretty sweet. I like it.
Yeah, but
obviously, so Alzheimer's people are usually pretty irritable because they're always like confused and angry. So for most of this episode, he's not like mean, but like he's pretty grumpy. Like he's kind of like, I don't really like this guy. But they do something with that later on, like the last scene.
Yeah,
I like.
So yeah, Missy bullshits and said that like she left a package here, and she said that she'll just come in for a second. I don't even. It won't take long. So she comes in. She takes a jacket off with what she immediately calls out, but she's like, "Yeah, I just get chilly." And during this, we see that there's jackets behind them, and she's feeling around for Lottie's fur coat, and she looks at a receipt for like a store she went to. It was so quick, I didn't see like what the receipt was like for, but I imagine she was trying to get like a sense of where Lottie went during the day and everything like that, or where she got this coat, because again, the scene was so quick I didn't pick up on it, type of thing. So Missy's trying to go very old school about this and like get the information in a very old school way, but then she sees Elijah Wood and Shauna were there, And obviously Missy's pissed about this because Elijah Wood's also working on this case. And we find out that Elijah Wood's going to take the, the new school approach. He's gonna hack into Lottie's Wi-Fi to see like what Lottie was up to online and everything like that. And obviously Missy's pissed about this because like Elijah Wood's kind of taking over like her case. And, Elijah Wood kind of looks at this as like a challenge. This I didn't really like. Again, this was clearly meant to be comedic, but I'm like, it's about fucking investigating a character's death that we kind of spent some time with. Why are we kind of doing comedy bits like with this?
Yeah.
So, and again, this was also, like you said, like very sad because like Lottie's dad, we found out like Alzheimer's. It was kind of sad to see him go like through that, and like they're doing like comedy scenes here type of thing. So, Shauna did have a funny line where she mentioned because they're obviously pretending to be like Wi-Fi IT workers and everything like that, and she mentions like that Misty had all those porn viruses, which was pretty funny. So that was good,
Oh yeah, so, like the dad was like, "How do you guys know each other?" And yeah, Shauna was like, "Oh yeah, this lady had a ton of porn viruses." Yeah, that was a funny joke.
Doing all this, they're trying to go through the Wi-Fi. Misty goes to Lottie's room, and Lottie's dad's like, so, obviously she's confused why she's still here, and Misty tries to bullshit saying that the package could be in there. And Elijah Wood and Shauna come out, and they say like they have to like clear the premises to really get the Wi-Fi working. Basically, I think they're bullshitting to try to fuck over Misty, so that way she'll have to like leave so they can like solve the case. And I like this because Misty tries to fuck them over and say like, when I had my Wi-Fi done, they had to like, do outside work and like, do the wiring outside. And I like this. They were kind of successful here and kind of fucked each other over. Actually, no, they weren't successful. Like, Misty and like Lottie's dad kind of work together here and like nod towards each other like when this happens, which was kind of funny.
Yeah.
During this moment, you can kind of see Lottie's dad's health issues kick in. Like, he didn't even know Lottie was like staying there. Because he mentions like he didn't even know Lottie. He mentions the cult, and I think the cult hasn't been a thing for 6 weeks. So, that's sad. But
he also mentioned when Lottie talks about like the death, he mentions that like he like paid off the police to like run it off as an accident.
Right. So, he
doesn't want any like bad press essentially from Lottie.
Right, which makes sense because they're like rich and everything like that, and all.
Yeah, and it's a little weird. Of like, does he actually have a business meeting? Because again, I thought like you said that it was like Alzheimer's and he thought he had a meeting, but like maybe he actually is still involved in like business shit. I don't know.
They don't
really.
Yeah, so doing all this, Elijah Wood and Sean are going through the Wi-Fi history, and doing this, they're trying to do this discreetly without the nurse and everybody else knowing. And Shauna's questioning like how this doesn't add up because obviously, like you said, AJ, last video, Lottie could have come and stayed here. There's a reason she picked to go stay with Shauna. So like she was wondering if Lottie had an ulterior motive. We're never gonna fucking find out because she's fucking dead. But I don't know. Well, I think I'm really mad there for no reason. So,
I don't blame you.
But Elijah Wood speculated that maybe because he was looking for a friend, and Elijah Wood's obviously studying. Like I noticed some of you got YellowJackets folks. Some of you consider yourselves friends. Some of you don't. Because obviously, again, that was his whole plot. Like the first 2 episodes where he was calling Misty out for it, and obviously he even mentioned like you and the Misty are in the don't category. It would have been funny if, he, like, the actor, like, ended the fucking friendship on screen. Like, I guess we're not fucking friends anymore type of thing, because I haven't...
Acting, by the way, this is actually me, Elijah Wood, saying I'm not your friend.
He goes into Sigma mode right there type of thing.
Yeah, it was on fire. Funny, because a lot of Donna in the past, this episode was like, let's, like, bet on fire.
Yeah. Lottie, Shawnee doesn't really have a reaction to this, but Elijah Wood offers a proposal that they'll both give each other their hairs, and they'll see like if they're cleared of the murder. Elijah Wood's willingly able to do this, but Shauna doesn't want to do this. Which is very suspicious of Shauna to not like agree to this, but I'm not sure why she doesn't want to give him her hair. I get it's weird, but like, if you're not guilty, why not give him your hair? And again, we're saying this because we know Shauna's actually not guilty because we saw that Shauna was like at the nursing home and locked in the freezer. Presumably doing this.
Right. I guess it's just because like it's again meant to be a comedy thing of like give me your hair, and she's like, ew, no, that's creepy.
Yeah. But then eventually Shauna walks away, and they were wearing caps and all this, and then Elijah Wood like gets a lock of Shauna's hair like in the cap. Again, this is really weird. It seemed like Elijah Wood had an ulterior motive here, but like the fucking motive isn't. Again, I understand why he's doing this because again, from his perspective, he thinks Shauna did this, but his motive is fucking weird considering the fact that like, again, we just know Shauna didn't do this. I guess maybe if I didn't see that Shauna, was screen.
Well, yeah. His perspective, and like he doesn't know that like Shauna was like busy that day. Yeah, I could see him being suspicious, and like he said, like Shauna has killed before, so
yeah,
she's a prime. I'm like, okay, I can kind of buy that.
It just feels.
I'm more so like Walter. Give a shit, I don't know. I'm just like Walter is so strange. I don't understand why he does the things he does.
Right. So then Misty goes into Lottie's room, and
huh? We kind of get a little bit because Shauna, he mentions to Shauna that like he thinks this is a good way to win Misty back.
Yeah.
Of like seeks like a challenge and a rival, so he's gonna like provide her a challenge to like excite her.
I guess. And she even mentioned like maybe he killed Lottie to like get Misty to do stuff again, I guess. So it was mentioned. It's not gonna happen, but it was mentioned.
Yeah, I'm like,
huh?
That'd be super underwhelming. I said that would be super underwhelming if that was actually the answer.
If it was Sigma, I'd buy it, but not Walter. So, then we find Misty finds Lottie's phone, and we find out that the entire thing's been wiped, and we find out that like Elijah Wood made a copy of it. Again, he's really good with computers. It's like he's been a computer himself. So, and Misty's even like, "Why are you doing this?" And Elijah Wood like, I forget what he says, but like he basically says like, good work, agent, and you get kind of like, I get because we know why he does this, but like I like that he kind of feels bad about it. Again, if you feel bad about it, like, just why are you doing it then, type of thing. Like, you don't have a reason to really, like, do this.
Well, like I said, he took it as, like, this is, like, kind of, like, flirting and this is exciting Misty. But then, like, Misty is, like, calls him, like, scum and is, like, clearly pissed at him. So I think Walter realized, like, oh, she's, like, actually pissed off that I'm doing this.
Right.
I guess.
He's a strange guy.
Good luck, Agent Gray, or something. Like, he seems sad. And, like, he realizes, like, oh, fuck, this isn't gonna, like, get me back on our good side. But I'm just like, why the fuck does he I can't get over it. Why does he like Misty? Why is he involved in any of this shit? I don't get it.
They wanted Elijah Wood, and they needed something for him to do, so...
Well, they're not doing a very good job of it.
Very bad, I just don't get why he did this, though. Like, why he thinks this would make Misty want to, like, be with... Misty doesn't like a challenge. Why does he think Misty likes a challenge? Like...
I don't know. But I'm just like, I hope we get more on his thoughts later on, because I'm like, I still don't even get why he likes Misty in the first place.
Yeah. And the reason he said was like, was what? It was not the Shakespeare, who's the other, it's like the famous detective. I can't think of his name right now.
Sherlock Holmes and Moriarty, I'm guessing?
Yeah, but that's not a relationship then. They're like rivals. So like what was that? So
yeah, they're enemies, and I'm pretty sure that they both end up killing each other is like how that story ends.
So they're gonna kill each other, I guess. So
we'll have to find out.
Is Misty really gonna fucking die because of Walter, who's barely a character? Like what the fuck's going on? I guess then again,
Lottie got fucking killed by some stairs, so those stairs are, and a very important character.
I guess so.
Presumably, right? Because we don't know who did it. Presumably, it's like somebody fucking knocked her down the stairs. Because earlier, Lottie, when Misty was looking at the crime scene, she saw like nail scratchings on the wall,
Yeah.
heavily implying like Lottie fell and like scratched the wall on her way down.
The stairs didn't look very like death-defying either. I don't think.
I feel like that would kill her. Like you would have to fucking land directly on like your neck or something.
I don't. Again, I don't know. But anyhow, there was a genuinely good scene in the present. And I think why this scene stands out is because we haven't really gotten like a good follow up to Lottie's death. Again, it shouldn't have even happened, but if it's gonna happen, I like the fact that we got like some time to like think about it. We see that Shauna's in Lottie's room and she's looking at her pictures. We're getting flashbacks of Lottie, and this was interesting. We got a flashback we haven't seen yet. And they've done this before with Shauna when she was killing Adam. When, we saw flashbacks of Shauna that we hadn't seen yet. And obviously we figured that out because one of the scenes we ended up seeing the next or at least at the end of the season when, I think it was when Jackie died.
Yeah.
And I think when she was going to slit Travis's throat. But we know this scene's pretty soon... probably coming pretty soon because it's Lottie covered in blood, and obviously this is present day past wise because they have like the huts and everything all around and everything like that.
Obviously, it wasn't in a past season because I remember there were two images I wasn't sure of. One was like she was wearing like antlers, like she was like the antler queen, and I'm trying to think like was that the Doom coming? I don't remember what she was wearing during the Doom coming.
Yeah.
I don't think it was, so I think that was also like something that hasn't happened yet. And then the one where she's covered in blood and you see the husband in the background, that also hasn't happened yet.
Right. But so I'm gonna say what comes of those. And then you have this scene where Lottie's dad is having a conversation with Shauna, but he thinks that it's Lottie. And then you see that it's I like this because this is actually what he sees. It's not like a vision. It's past Lottie having this conversation, and Shauna is like, obviously it's Shauna having a conversation with him, where like he's recreating the same conversation that he's probably had with Lottie after the plane crash, where like he's like, it seems like you don't listen to me. You only listen to like these spirits, and it just seems like I don't really understand my daughter anymore. And I really like this scene where Shauna mentions like sometimes it's harder to show love when you really love somebody. That scene really hits home because Shauna obviously has dealt with this in the present when it comes to Callie and Jeff, and she's kind of dealing with this a little bit in the past with Backwards Cap Girl and everything like that. But eventually they like go to have a normal thing. He's gonna go get the Chinese food menu so they can order Chinese, and this is really sad. The fact that he's had this conversation over and over again. It seems like it's kind of like the last thing he remembers of a
I feel like this. The other two scenes of Lottie's dad before this were him like being really harsh because of what Lottie believed in.
Yeah,
and then you find out here that like he's like, listen, I don't understand it. I wish I did, but like I don't.
Yeah,
and I know that like he wasn't just blindly like disregarding her. Like he's like, listen, I just don't get it, and I'm sorry.
Yeah. So
reminds me of last episode where he's like, listen, I don't understand you guys, but like it was wrong of me to like immediately assume it was wrong.
I like that. Yeah. And that's the end of the episode. Present was kind of weak. Other than this scene here with like Shauna, the Shauna and Missy stuff was okay, but I just don't think it really. This wasn't the best follow up to have of Lottie's death, and I think the fact that this confirmed Lottie's death, I think pissed me off even more. So the present's probably like a thumbs in the middle, like slightly pointing down. What would you give like the present?
Yeah, thumbs in the middle. Really don't like the Tyson Dan stuff, and like you said, I like the other stuff, but I think it is a disappointing follow up. But it's also because it was a disappointing follow up to a disappointing reveal.
So it's like say that again.
So it's like disappointing all around.
Yeah. So how can we be disappointed by something that was already disappointing? I don't understand how that happens. But
yeah, exactly. So it's like, finding out Lottie died from a fucking text message didn't really give this a lot of room to go. But yeah, even though I like their interactions between Shauna, Elijah Wood, and Misty, and I was surprised by how much I really liked Lottie's dad.
Yeah.
But too much comedy also, like you said. It feels really weird that like Lottie died, and like this is a character who's been in their lives for decades, who like they survived out in the woods with, and everyone's just kind of laughing it off.
Right. And that's the big thing about you know what's weird? In the present, Travis got the fucking most serious like reaction to the death.
Dad was heartbroken over his death, and it's like weird. He like that's the only person who's like gotten something.
Yeah.
That was like played straight, like it wasn't made into a joke.
Yeah.
Because even he was like heartbroken over Natalie dying, but like they kind of made it into a joke because she like goes to that bar and it's like all drunk and stupid and shit.
Yeah. So
like. Nobody like died, and they haven't like made it into like a joke after.
Yeah, the present anyway. The past, not obviously is fine, but yeah.
But yeah, overall, I give this episode like a B. What do you give it?
Yeah, a B, solid B. It would have been a B minus. What really carried it at the end was the Ben stuff. All at the end that really brought it up.
Yeah, past hard carries as usual. Like you said, we're halfway through the season. It feels like the present hasn't really like gone anywhere.
Yeah, and a lot of people I've heard saying that season 3 is their favorite. I can kind of see why, but I don't know if I'm gonna go that way right now. Just because
it's tough because we're only halfway through. Right now, I'm liking it more than season 2, and it's like on par with season 1, I guess.
I feel like for me, if what makes season 1 I think better is both past and present, like will even out good.
I do agree. And like also you had like Natalie in season 1, and we both agree like Natalie was like our favorite Yellow Jacket.
Right, so but whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Anything you want to plug or promote before we get out of here? Probably not. Yeah, nothing. Like we said, we're gonna we're gonna keep doing Yellow Jackets. Whenever Ben dies, we'll do Star Wars Episode 5, Return of the Jedi. And what's that?
Empire Strikes Back.
Damn it! I still got it wrong. So, but whatever. And then we might try to do some small stuff. We planned on Dragon Ball. We might do that at some point. I don't know when, but we'll probably do that. But
squeeze that in. I mentioned it off camera. It'd be nice to end the year off with a Kiss Sis double special. Double a kiss, double the sis.
Depends
on that's for the fucking season 1.
Yeah, depends on our mood because one episode is bad enough, and
we'll see. But look forward to Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. We're gonna finish YellowJackets season 1 this year for sure.
Season 3.
Season 3. And then, for the rest of it, we'll try to squeeze in some other stuff, but for now, our primary objective is YellowJackets.
Yeah, we have a big 2026 plan. I know we said that about 2025, but I think 2026 we're for sure on.
Well, like Red versus Blue and YellowJackets kind of bled into this year, and that ended up being our main thing.